Jerome.
Hey.
What's going on, y'all, man? Y'all as pumped as we is, man. We got a lot in store for y'all tonight, man. One of the best guys in the state, covering the state. Jeremy Johnson going to join us in just a little bit to go over what you all been waiting for, man. The top 25 list of football here in Georgia. I hope y'all boys is ready. We unveiled the honorable mentions already, and we going to get into it in just a little bit, man. But how y'all boys feeling tonight?
Feeling good, man. Excited. Ready to get this going. We got very, very special guests on here today, so I'm excited to get him on here, man. Been a long time coming. Good friend of mine. So I know it's gonna be a lot of laughs. It's gonna be a lot of talking back and forth. It's gonna be smack talking. I'm excited about it. Let's go. Let's go.
Sure, man. It's a good day, man. I'm just glad to be off of work, man. Work was not the move today, so you know what I'm saying I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah. Bacon think he's slick, y'all. I see the little gold chain he got hiding up in the underneath.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Think he's slick, man. Think he's slick.
Just something I had on today. I typically don't pull out the jewelry for this particular reason, but you know what I'm saying.
Look,
I'm not a jewelry man. Just a handsome man.
My boy shining.
Jury, man. I'm starting with you, bro. I'm starting with you, Jury, man. What is your first and foremost on this fine Tuesday night?
That's for me?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay, I thought you said a different name. I'm like, hello.
I swear you just said Jerry, but we're gonna let it slide.
I
was for you, Bacon. Jewelry man.
Oh.
I was like, hold on.
I was confused. I said, what is it?
Oh, I said jewelry
man. First and foremost, man, first and foremost, it's probably just it's not gonna be a specific play. It's just gonna be in life, man, you just gotta breathe. First and foremost, breathe, man, and everything's gonna go smoothly. That's my first and foremost today, man.
My first and foremost, man, is we got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm appreciative of all of it. I am going to have a week off. I'm not doing anything this entire week because I got so much stuff that I'm backed up on. So that's my first and foremost. First and foremost, I got a lot of stuff that's coming out right now. So expect that. But I'm excited tonight. So let's do it, man. What you got, Najeh?
Yeah, my first and foremost, I'm going to go girls, women's basketball. Shout out two people. Shout out to Caitlin Clark for breaking the record for Pete Maravich, man. They call her Ponytail Pete. She's been doing her thing, man. Over 3,600.
That's a name.
Yeah, so 36, 9-5, and their big time win against Ohio State, man. So shout out to her for breaking the record. And got to give a special shout out to Kel Great, Crystal Henderson, who's at Georgia State doing her thing. She just won Sun Belt Freshman of the Year, man. So shout out to her. That is no easy feat to do, but she's been doing her thing out at Georgia State. So she gets my first and foremost in the shout out, her and Caitlin Clark.
Strong bloodline. Yeah, man. She can do it, bro.
Yeah, she can.
You know what she's averaging quick off the top? Probably like 16, bro. 14, 16 points.
I think so.
Quick Google.
Man, I got people waiting. They want to see this list, man.
Shedding light on the WBB right now, man.
Yeah, we're trying to get love. I don't get enough love.
Let's give her love. Let's give her love. Let's do it.
Okay, she averaged 11.2, Bacon.
11.2.
11.2, 2.7 rebounds, 4.6 assists. As a freshman.
Solid. Solid.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I know y'all boys is ready. I guess we gonna get out. We get ready for our guest, Jerome.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, you already know who he is.
I bet.
No, he don't need no introduction, but we're gonna give it to him because he's a guy. He's a man. I don't like saying that in public because me and him like to go back and forth. But he's my guy. He's my guy. So let's get him on. No other than the big guy. Y'all already know who he is. He works for On Three right now. He works for a Georgia recruit. You correct me on that, on Jeremy, when you get on. Jeremy Johnson, what's going on, Jeremy?
What's good, man?
Round of applause.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys, I appreciate y'all for having me on. This, like y'all said, it's been a long time coming. We've been talking about me coming on for a while. I've definitely been watching what y'all do. I like what y'all doing, man. So definitely support everything y'all do. Got a lot of respect for y'all. So I appreciate y'all for having me.
We appreciate you, brother.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
OG
Now,
love.
not used to giving me so many compliments, but
Yeah, well, we
Get some DJs
March 29th, we gotta redo our matchup from last year where you said I had the slow feet. So
listen,
What?
I've been
in the gym. I've been working out. Like, let's I feel good right now. So.
Hey, but this time I'm going defense. You're gonna be on the offense. You're gonna run the route and lock you down this time.
We got to see this for the people.
Right.
To see
We
this.
have a video of this. There's video footage of this.
Oh,
It was bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was bad. And Jerome caught me on a day when
No.
I didn't have on. I had stretched. I hadn't had cleats. I had worked out that morning.
we both did stretch, bro. Like, no, what had happened, we was over here doing it, and I swatted the ball with him. He's like, that ball's behind me. And then I was like, come on, Will just got this on camera. Will Howard, by the way. He put out the video, and I was like, bro, that was not behind you.
It was behind me, but I still should have caught it. No excuses. It's okay. Okay. We gonna.
All right, man. So let's talk about Jeremy for a little bit before we get to our list. Jeremy, tell us about a little bit about yourself, what you do in the community, man, and what you've been doing, and how you got to the point that you got to.
I started out working in a newspaper. Thought that was what I wanted to do my entire life because as a kid, I used to read the little clippings in the paper for the high school. Back in Athens, when I grew up, high school football was a big deal, and on Saturday morning it was like high school football was on the front page. So it was like, man. So some dude just came to our game and somebody paid him to do that. I was like, that's what I want to do. And then I was like, oh, I can go to like the Georgia games. I can go to the Falcon games and write about that. So that's kind of how I formulated the idea that I wanted to be a journalist. I've always been I always had really good testing grades when it came to writing. I love sports. I literally played every sport I could growing up. Soccer. I started out playing soccer, believe it or not. And I moved to baseball, football. I tried track for like 2 weeks, and then I'm going back to work out for football, and then I tried baseball some more. Football is my sport though, so and then I went to Georgia State, got a degree in journalism, and then I popped out and got a job at the Oconee Enterprise. Thank God that that somebody blessed me with an opportunity coming out of college because that's it's a field where it's really tough. So I stayed there 5 or 6 years, became sports editor, moved to Athens Banner Herald, and within 6 months I was at On 3. So right now I am at Dogs HQ, which is our Georgia team site under On 3's network, and I cover recruiting. Basically, I mean, I'm at everything because you just never know who's going to be the next guy. I mean, we see so much talent on a regular basis. You guys can attest to this that literally guys that nobody know Tuesday by next Tuesday could be, the next hot thing. And, it's always good getting out and building relationships and, letting these young men see us out there and, showing them support. And, I mean, that's kind of the big part of what I do. I write about the news of recruiting, obviously visits, when somebody gets ready to commit, all that good stuff. I do all of that, take pictures, social media, video, all that. So occasionally I have to talk in front of people and talk about sports, which is always fun. So yeah, that's that's a quick rundown of it. If that answers your question.
Very thorough, brother. Very thorough.
You guys want to ask a quick question?
Yeah, man. Just talk a little bit about coming out of college, man. You said somebody blessed you with an opportunity. Did you have a relationship with this person prior to them giving you the opportunity, or was it just they found out about your work?
No, the funny thing is, like, I think one day I just woke up in my dorm room and I was like, man, I'm getting out of school in like 4 months. So I just like started calling people. So I called this paper. I just so happened to have lived in Athens and grew up in Athens. So I was like, man, this paper is about 30 minutes, 20 minutes from where I live. So let me call them. And the woman at the front desk answered. She said, oh, yeah, actually, we are looking for a sports reporter. Ours just quit or just left and went somewhere. And so she passed my resume along to the editor. And like the next day he called me, hey, you want to come in for an interview? And, I was like, I live in Atlanta, but I can come like, in a couple weeks. He was like, okay. So we set it up and that was it. I mean, we really didn't have a relationship. It just, being proactive and trying to, look for every opportunity that there was at the time. So
right now, for the kids watching, man, you know what I'm saying? I started at my local paper here in Noonan, man, and the starting pay for me was $50 an article. So was that about the same for you? Or?
Well, luckily I was able to. It was a full-time job. I mean, it was nothing. Like, it wasn't, great money, but it was an opportunity. So right. I mean, I freelanced in college for. I think I was making $25 an article or something like that. I was riding. I didn't have a car in college, so I was riding the MARTA. I was riding MARTA from downtown all the way down to College Park. Where's Tara Stadium at? Is that Forest Park?
Which one?
Tara Stadium.
Never heard that one.
It's in the south part of Atlanta where Jonesboro plays. And so I was riding the city bus down there to cover games on Friday nights in college, and then getting on the bus. I wouldn't get back to my dorm until like 1 o'clock in the morning some nights. Just for $25, I was spending the money on the bus ticket to get down there. But it was, just an opportunity. So try to make the best of it.
Real quick before I pass it on, man. I got some MARTA stories, but I'm saying what's the not too crazy, but one of the craziest MARTA stories you got from riding back late at night? I
don't know. Fortunately, I don't remember anything crazy happening. Maybe if it did, I just blocked it out. It gets. I just blocked it out. The first time I saw a big rat out in public, that was probably getting off MARTA. I got off the MARTA downtown. It was probably the last train of the night, to be honest. And it was I just saw the trash can sliding. I'm like, why is the trash can sliding? And this rat that was the size of my cat just came out from behind it. I was like, I'm going home. That was probably the craziest thing I saw was that giant rat, man. I didn't even know. I walk those streets every day and I've never seen a rat that big. And he was just waiting on us to go home, I guess, that night and wait for us to throw away our food and stuff. So
migrated down from New York.
And how do I know that was coming? Hey,
New York got some big rats, bro.
They do. Now you got some questions?
I just got one, man. I've had you on my podcast before too, when I run my daily show. But I just want to ask you, Jeremy, just talk about. I think I've seen you and probably asked you this in person, but just for the audience out there, just talk about the relationship, man, you just built with the players, man. I mean, I see players tag you and everything. I think I've even been in a spot with you before, and the player they coming up to you, dapping you up, like, "What's up, Jeremy?" You know what I'm saying? Just talk about that, building that rapport with them players, man, where they see you as a trusted source, and you kind of had that kind of that cachet when you go somewhere, man. These players is coming up to you. Just talk about building that part of your brand.
I think everywhere I go, I don't really look at it like, okay, I'm going to go in here and get to know this player because I'm going to get something from them down the road. I mean, to me, it's more of a genuine thing. I love football, so to me, anything I could provide to the sport and help it grow and help it, help the people who are going to be carrying the torch moving forward. I mean, to me, that's helping the product that I want to turn on the TV on Sunday and watch, and turn on the TV on Saturday and watch, because I just love watching it and love being a part of it. So to me, it's more of that, and it's more you definitely want to try to be as genuine as possible because it's these are real people. Football is a very, very hard sport to play. It's not even that you're going to be. It's hard to play that if you're going to go play it in college or you're going to play it at the NFL level. It's hard just to play the sport because practice sucks. Working out at 6 o'clock in the morning sucks, and I've been there, so I understand it, and I've done it, and I've seen how hard it is. So it's more of a hey, man, I get what you're going through. So anything I can do to help, just let me know because I know this is a very, it's become a very marketing friendly industry with the way NIL and everything works, and social media and everything works. So like the best relationship these guys can have with me is it helps them as well. So I'm just here to help them tell their story. That's really all I'm here for. I mean, I don't, that's about as I don't know. That's probably the best way I could put it.
Respect, man. Appreciate you sharing.
Absolutely.
All right. You ready to get this list going?
Let's do it. Let's get an audience what they're ready for.
Yeah, man.
All right. So y'all want to let's start with the honorable mentions because we did put it out already, and I know Jeremy did see it as well. So let's remind the viewers what we have with the honorable mentions. So these are honorable mentions. Najeh, you want to name everybody real quick?
I got you, man. So honorable mentions, first and foremost, class of 2025. Honorable mentions, Dalen Pinson from Sandy Creek. You got Thomas Blackshear of Calvary Day, Rashawn Dinkins of Warner Robins, Alexander Sanchez, who I'm very high on from the Grayson Rams, Ryan Gia from Milton, Mason Short of Evans High School, Bo Walker of Cedar Grove, Juju Wynn, I think Baker said Greene County, Jaden Harmon of Rome, and then Peyton Joseph, now officially formerly of Peach, now formerly with Houston County.
Yep.
All right, so Jeremy, what do you think about the honorable mentions? Should any of them be in our top 25 right now?
I think a guy like Dalen Pinson is a guy you're gonna want to get to start to. He's gonna creep up everybody's boards here soon because of the speed. He went and laid down a really great time in Under Armour, and that's gonna always catch everybody's attention. Speed. Another guy, Jaden Harmon, is a guy that I love. His tape is great. Some of the things he does at the linebacker position is what the guys on Sunday do. So he's a guy that should be knocking on that door at some point, if not already. So I mean, other than that, I think you guys that group of guys. There's some Sunday guys on that list for sure. I mean, Bo Walker's another really special player that will play at Georgia, and he will have a good career there. Should he stay healthy and everything.
100%. All right, we're gonna get into our top 25 now. This is the first time we're doing this. Before we get started, Jeremy, have you seen any of these players? You don't know we don't know none of this list. Do you know any spots that anybody's going right now? Do you know any of this?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So he has no idea. It's only us three that know. He has no idea how this is gonna go. So this is live reaction. First of all. Second, I want to say this to all the viewers. So I know we got a couple of football players in here. This is a consensus between the three of us. So we all had our differences as well. We have our own opinion, but this is a consensus between all three of us. So it's gonna each one of us kind of have some players a little bit higher, a little bit lower, things like that. So just so everybody know, it's a consensus. It's not just one person. So don't attack one person. It's just all three of us all together. So just want to put that out there.
A little disclaimer for people, man.
Consensus.
All right. So the first five, we're gonna do 25 to 21. So Najeh, you can read out once I put it on the screen. Starting now.
All right, y'all. So 25 through 21. Here we got it. That shout out to Jerome putting together the graphics.
Man,
25 Harris Dice. You see him right there in this Under Armour photo right there. At 24, we got Tay Harris of Cedartown. Number 23, Jalen Bell. I'm very high on him as well. I think he's gonna show out this year and show a lot of folks. Real deal. 22, Ethan Barber, and then 21, Devin Williams of Buford.
Yes, sir.
Strong group.
All right, Jeremy, what you think?
It's a strong group, man. I mean, you got Ethan Barber. He's been probably their number one guy at Alpharetta since the day he stepped on campus. So I think he'll continue to be that. very good route runner, great hands, guy to go up and catch the football above the rim. Committed to Georgia, obviously. So, we'll see a lot of him over the next couple of years on Saturdays. Jalen Bell's a guy he's been on the scene since he was an 8th grader. Very technically sound, can play a lot of positions, very, very good football player. Tay Harris is a guy that I'm really high on. Was once committed to Georgia, decommitted. Physical, he's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive personality too. He's very talkative. One of those generals back there in the back end of that secondary. I skipped Devin Williams. Devin Williams at Buford, speedy guy. He could probably, with his speed, he probably could play both ways. At the next level, be a good guy to return kicks. Committed to Auburn, so that's a really good spot for him. Tavares Dice is a guy that is going to rise, substantially over the next couple of months, just because of he's added some weight, and he pulled up at Under Armour and he looked, he put on probably 25, 30 pounds since the last time I saw him. I know he was dealing with a little bit of an injury, and he looks the part. Whoever gets him is getting a really good football player. I don't think his recruitment will end, whenever he commits. He's going to be a guy that goes and puts tape out there in the fall. He has a chance to be one of those guys that rises really, really high, before this process is over for him.
100%. What you guys think, man? Any comments y'all want to talk about?
Nah, man. I'll be honest. I was a big advocate for Jalen Bell just getting on. I know he's not on. From what I've seen, I haven't seen him on a lot of top 25 lists, but I feel like he's a top 25 player in our state. Just how he presents the game. And then for me, Jeremy, it was when I talked to Travis Smith Jr. when he raved about him. I mean, that's another top player, and he said that, hey, I like the energy that he brought. Well, you got peers in your same class raving about you in that kind of a fashion. Yeah, I think that speaks volumes, man.
Players know, man. Players know who can play.
Players, like you said, Jeremy, players know. So that's for me is why he's a top 25 player. Played at Ballard Miami, did his thing, did pretty well at the Under Armour camp. So for me, that's why I thought he made this list.
Facts, man. I believe you put in your article, man. Travis Hunter gave him props. Oh no, not that article. The interview that you did with him, Travis Hunter.
Yeah, he did.
So you know what I'm saying, just for watching him play, even watching him at the Under Armour camp, super technical. I watched Tay's film. Like you said, Jeremy, real super aggressive, man. Not scared to let you know what I'm saying, what he's gonna do and how he's gonna do it, because he's gonna do it. So you know what I'm saying. I do want to see a lot more Tay Harris this upcoming season. And Tavares Dice, speaks for himself, man. It's interesting you say that his recruitment is gonna play through, because obviously he likes Auburn a lot right now. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I do want to see more of Ethan Barber as well, but definitely high on Bell and Harris, man.
Really I've seen Bell in his freshman year as well. That was when me and Jeremy actually went to that Grayson camp one time, and I got to interview him. I'm just like, man, this kid's he's so young, but he had so much swag and so much confidence in himself already. And that's the part that I see coming out of him every single time I see him. He's just aggressive. He's just like, I'm that dude. Like, what's up? Like, and every year, he just get more and more, and he's been progression every year. And it was like he had talent before, but like now it's just like really starting to show. Like he's putting in the work for it. So Jalen Bell is one of my guys. Tay Harris, a guy, another DB. I'm always a DB guy, so I'm always gonna look at DB first. But Tay Harris, man, he's a wrecking ball, bro. He's fast. Like he ran a 4.3 at the Under Armour camp. It just put that out there. I'm just like, geez, like this dude's in high school doing that. Like that's insane. So and that's not no hand times. They do laser with the Under Armour camp. So just so anybody know, they do laser. So running a 4.3, that's insane. That's a high schooler. Then you got Dice, man. I've heard of him, but I never really seen him. And when I seen him in person at the Under Armour camp, I was like, this dude just looks the part. So I had to go back and look at some tape, and I was just like, man, this dude's nice. Like, and I'm a former DB. I'll be totally honest. The offensive linemen are like the last position group I always look at. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. But, until they smack me, coming down the field and stuff. But offensive linemen, man, I don't look at them as enough. I had to go back and look at him. This dude is huge. He's menacing. Ethan Barber, I've seen him a few times in person. think 1 or 2 times in person. He's definitely a big threat down the field. So you know, I'm glad with these guys. I'm glad he was able to get these guys in the top 24 for sure. Because this is a good group right here, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, we're going on to our next group. That will be 20 to 16. So ready, Naj?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so here we go. Number 20 through 16. Starting at number 20, Lagonza Hayward. He just talked to Philip Duke the Scoop on his show. Rising up boards, 4-star. Put a lot of people on notice, so he's top 20 in the state for us. Number 19, some might feel like he's a little too low, but that is CJ Wiley. We think he's a phenomenal talent, 4-star player. We think he does a lot of things well. We think he's one of the top receivers in the state, not let alone the country. He's number 19 for us. 18, Juan Gasson of Westlake. Jeremy, I know you've seen him quite a few times, man. Big guy, kind of a bulldozer. You know what I'm saying? Really, really protects very well, do a lot of things well, moves well. He's 18. 17, Luke Nickel of Milton. Same thing. People might feel like he's too low, but we think Luke is special. Luke is actually the third best quarterback on this list. Some might say he's the top quarterback in the state. We don't think that he's not. We think Luke is real good, but we got him at 17 and 16. Alex Payne, I have not seen him this high on any ranking, but what he was able to do at the Under Armour camp, what he was able to do kind of going up against Tyler Atkinson, I mean, that puts you on notice, man. I think he's a staple, committed to North Carolina. Slept on a little bit in some realms, but I think Alex Payne is the one.
All right, Jeremy, what you think?
Well,
I see ooh and honor a little bit. So.
Yeah, this is man, this is a strong little group right here, man. This group right here may end up being in your top. If you were to do this again at the end of the season, this may be your top. This may be 10 through 5, if you want to ask me in 6 months. Lagonza Hayward is different. I watched his tape for the first time. He's explosive. He's huge. He's big. He's a big guy for a DB. But the things he does with it, when the ball's in the air, is Malachi Starks like. One, I think his ranking is going to go up everywhere, but I do think he's probably one of the best football players in this class in the country, just because of what he's asked to do on Friday nights. Because he plays at Toombs County, and I think if he was playing at Grayson or Buford, he'd be maybe a low 4-star right now. I mean, a low 5-star right now. Like, I think he would be a national sensation and people will be talking about him on a regular basis. I think 20 is probably too low, to be honest. He's that good. He's special. CJ Wiley's a player I feel very similarly about. He's probably one of the best receivers in the country. You don't rack up 1,400 yards in 7A by accident. Yeah. I don't care who your competition is. Like 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns, whatever it is. And he wasn't even like they had DeBron Gatling also and Ryan Gee, and they had 2 great running backs. And then like you got that guy. Now you make him the whole offense. You talking about a guy with 2,000 yards receiving last year. So Juan Gasson's he's a massive human being. And everybody just says he's massive, and that's kind of what they say, but I watched him fall down during the Under Armour camp. He slid down and he literally just bounced himself up like a pillow. And I was just like, wait, 6'8", 350 pounds is not supposed to be able to just fall down and just get up and continue to drill like nothing happened. And he's so nonchalant and athletic that it's just like where's this guy's ceiling? He doesn't have one. Luke Nichols is a guy that, I think he had a great year last year. When you start looking at, that next level after Saturday, some of the things that he does already, you start to try to say, okay, what makes Brock Purdy special for San Francisco? Because that's the kind of player we're talking about when we talk about Luke Nichols, a guy that operates within what you're trying to do, will not turn the football over every time. Every time you need the ball to be on time, it's going to be on time. He can put it wherever he wants to. He's not a small guy. He's athletic. He comes from a very intelligent background. His father played quarterback at Stanford or tight end at Stanford. Brother plays at Michigan State, I believe. So he comes from a football family, so he loves the game. So he's one that has a lot of upside, but I don't think you'll just look at him at a camp setting and say, "Oh my God, he threw the ball 600 yards at 95." Like you're never gonna say that about him. But I think he's a guy that's consistently going to win you football games. Alex Payne's he has a ton of upside. He's a guy that played some tackle, I think, this year. We'll see what his body does over the next couple of years. That's a great spot for him. I do think he's another one that's starting to kind of turn on the national scene. So I think you guys are on the right track as far as being early on him, because he's definitely one of those that'll be highly recruited and highly ranked going forward. Committed to North Carolina, I believe. So yeah.
What you guys think?
I definitely want to see more of the Gonza Hayward. I watched this film. I could definitely see what you're saying about being a freak athlete, man, especially being so big at his position. So definitely want to see some more of the young man, especially with the high marks you just gave him. CJ Wiley, man, like you said, man, dynamic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially him coming on as Najeh alluded to off camera. Just came in as wide receiver 2 and kind of progressively to kind of shifted the offense to him as the season progressed, especially on the playoff run. And he was nothing shy of spectacular, man. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does get past that 1,400-yard mark this upcoming season. And Juan Gaston, man, like you said, man, people say massive, you know what I'm saying? Just a bulldozer was a great word, man. And if you live on the high school level, man, especially just lay down, because you're going to get trucked and ran over, because he's not going to play with you, man. Like, super humble kid, super quiet, man, but he's a quiet and humble beast, and you got to respect somebody that comes to work every day, man. And Luke Nickel, man, dynamic quarterback. I've been, you know what I'm saying, he makes the right throws, but he's got a grit to him, man, and he knows when to run, and when he can run you over. So, man, when you got a quarterback who can make some throws on the run and can pick up 5, 6, and sometimes 10 yards here and there, man, it makes it on defense. It kind of stretches you out, because you really don't know how to play your zone sometimes, because you got to, especially if you don't have a spy up on a high school level that can really keep up with the athletic quarterback. So it makes you stay at home, make sure you respect him a little bit. And Alex Payne, man, like you said, Jeremy, definitely blowing up on the scene, man. Definitely put me on notice. I know about him, but definitely put me on notice. I'm saying, having that great rep against Tyler Atkinson. So it's going to be interesting to see how his progression goes this season, if he stays committed at UNC, man. Because I know it's a lot of schools that's going to be at him in this quiet period right now in recruiting session. So it's going to be interesting to see if he stays in North Carolina, man. So, but what you got, Najeh?
Not too much, man. I think y'all hit every nail on the head. I said a little bit about what I thought. Obviously, I'm very high on Luke. I thought when I seen him last year against Gainesville, I said, "Yo, Luke has taken a full giant step forward, and he proved that last season winning the state championship." I feel the same day with CJ. I think they're both top players. There's a reason why on my other list I did with Score, I had them in the top 10. There's a reason for that. I think they are top players here in the state. But that's my biggest standout. Lagonza, I agree with Jeremy. He probably is a little low, but I just got to see him more. I think we all got to. I just got to see him a little bit more. But from what that camp did for him and in his career and advancing him, just got to see a little bit more of his tape. But I still think he's one of the top players in the state.
Yeah, I agree with Najeh on Luke, man. I think we both seen him sometime last year. I think it was his spring game. And I know me and Najeh just like, man, this kid got an arm. This kid can hit it. Like, his accuracy is like crazy. So, I'm not surprised by him being as good as he is. I just recently see him at the Wee Ball camp as well, just out there slinging it. So, I expected him to do even better things this year, because I know he's out there working. And I'm starting to see another guy starting to see his confidence come out a little bit. You know what I mean? So, once you start getting that confidence in yourself, now he's on Cam Newton's team. He got that confidence going up. I know he's ready to light things up. He just got championship ring as well. He's gonna be feeling himself. So he's gonna be a guy that's gonna probably rise up a little bit, even more than the 17 ranking that we have right here. Gaskin is a huge, massive dude. That dude's huge. I'd be fascinated by some of these sizes of these high school kids. Sometimes they're just so much bigger than me. I'm just like, bro, like how? Like who allowed you to get that big that fast? That's insane. So he's a huge guy that is going, he got some athletic ability to him too. And the story that Jeremy just said that he just popped up, that was like, that's insane. Like this dude's he too big to be doing stuff like that. CJ Wiley is definitely a athletic wide receiver, man. He's can get in and out of his breaks really fast. So I definitely expect him to come out. Alex Payne's a newer guy to me. I'm just learning about him, but man, seeing some of the tape on him, man, he got some good feet on him. He really got some good feet on him. So we got a good list right here, man.
Yeah,
we got a good list right here. All right, let's get to our next 5. 15 through 11. We're getting to the middle of the list right now. It's getting exciting. Let's get to it.
All right, man. So number 15, I don't know if a lot of y'all have seen him, man, but that strain calf game, it's like MJ's the flu game. You know what I'm saying? For me, for Ousmane, man, you don't always see the love he get on social media, but this is just a hard-nosed kid, puts his foot down, puts his head down, and just will run you over, bro. So he had to make this list top 15. That 310 game he had on that strain calf was enough for me, man. So he gets 15. 14, Christian Garrett out of Prince Avenue Christian. I love what he can do. Very versatile, man. It's a lot of teams high on him. He just announced his top school list as well, narrowed it down. Number 13 is the second quarterback on our list, Antoine Hill Jr. We know what he can do, man. He's spectacular out there in Houston County. Probably going to be a little bit more pressure this year, but I'm sure he's going to be ready for it. So he gets number 13. Number 12, Jaden Parlati out of Beaufort. A lot of people know him. He's to Georgia. He's been high on Georgia ever since he was a kid. Just a great sideline-to-sideline type of linebacker, can play coverage well, versatile, physical, anything you ask him to do. Hey, Jeremy, that's one of those guys, potentially you see playing on Sundays, man. If everything just, continue to come together, keep the right mindset, which I'm sure he has, he's one of those guys. And then number 11, Jonte Gilbert, man, got to put him on this list. Just right outside our top 10. I mean, he's very, very special, but, it's hard, man. We was going back and forth with him making the top 10, but I mean, Jonte is just Jonte, man. He can do a lot of things well, plays coverage well, big body, impeccable ball skills, do a little bit of everything.
Nah, facts, man. 15 at 15, Ousmane Kromah, you know what I'm saying? Kamara Ousmane, whatever you want to say. Just similarities in like body frame. Not to play on the name, nothing like that. But some probably would say could be higher on the list. I would say so too, in terms of like high school running backs. But when you're looking at the grand scheme of affecting the game going forward, I just think you got to put, defensive lineman and quarterback, and Parlati's been playing out of his mind for Beaufort, so I had to do that, and so that's why we got him in the 15th spot. But I can understand why some people have him higher. Christian Garrett, man, just 3 technique, defensive tackle. Do they move him around that defensive end? I don't think so.
He plays the 5 for Prince Avenue. So.
Oh, he plays the 5. Excuse me. But
he plays the 3 and the 5 song.
Okay.
They slide him up and down.
Real versatile, man. But just a game record, in my opinion, man. Backfield general, tackle for loss, sacks. He does it all, real versatile. And Antoine Hill, man, most intriguing man in the state of Georgia out of Houston County, man. Can spin it, man. Got the legs. I would like to see them, move on in the second round, but speaks for himself, man. Dynamic athlete. And like I said, Jaden Parlati, game record, man. We talking about somebody who can he talking to Duke, man. They got a little blitz package that call from every now and again. He says he's always on time with that. So but just an aggressive tackler, great feet, awareness, play recognition, complete package. Definitely got somebody that's gonna play on Sunday. And number 11 rounding out for my soliloquy. Jonte Gilbert, Mr. Gilbert out of Douglas, you know what I mean? My dog, bro. I'm saying humble beast, another humble beast of the group. I haven't put my finger on a comparison. Something inside me right now is telling me to say, what's late great, some similarities to late great Sean Taylor. I think that may be a little too high right now, but I can see just the versatility of coverage, coming down and laying the boom, man. Real special, dynamic athlete, man. Definitely a Sunday player, man. So it's gonna be. I'm really intrigued and want to see how this senior year goes for him, man.
I got you.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
15 is Asmani Chroma. Man, he's a throwback running back. He's one of those old school, throw the ball, give the ball to him 30 times a night and see what happens type of guys. I've seen him do a little bit of everything on the football field. So he's self-explanatory. He's a running back. You know, obviously the running back position is a little devalued at this point, you know, and he's a guy that you'll look at him getting off the bus and think, oh man, this is one of those typical turn around and hand him the football running backs. But I mean, he lines up everywhere. He lines up a receiver. He has good hands to be as big as he is, and you know, he's explosive. Like when he gets the football, there's a gear that he just has that everybody else doesn't have. He'll run through you, he'll run over you, he'll jump over you. And once he gets in the open field, you might as well just start playing the band because it's a touchdown. Probably one of the best players I saw play last year in person. So Christian is he got a lot of upside. You know, he's still kind of learning, you know, some of the techniques. Big physical guy. Yeah, I think he's put on probably 20 pounds over the last year or so. So we don't know exactly what he's going to be as far as what he's going to play. He plays the 5 and the 3. I think he's probably going to end up being a 3 technique in college. So, you know, he's one of those guys that, you know, his best football could still be ahead of him. And Antoine Hill's been one of the most dominant passers in the state for 3 years now. I mean, he is what everybody wants at quarterback in the college game. You know, quick release, big strong guy that can move around, has a big powerful arm. I mean, he flicks his wrist and it goes 60, 70 yards easily, so he can make every throw on the field. So Perlotti's been excellent for 3 years. He had 2 years. I mean, I think his first year he didn't play as much, but he's probably one of the most physical linebackers. I mean, everybody kind of talks about his play sideline to sideline, but he's probably one of the most physical linebackers I've watched. He likes to hit. He's very physical. Like if he can bend your face mask back, that's what he wants to do. So that's probably the strength of his game for me. And his versatility. Jonte Gilbert, I'm trying to find a comparison for Jonte. Like I thought of maybe Richard Sherman because I think he could play corner. I mean, he's got the length and he's got the physicality and the body to play corner. He doesn't necessarily have to play safe. I mean, he can play safety. I mean, then he can play corner. I mean, I think Richard Sherman, if he was in the NFL today, would probably be a safety, just with all the rules and stuff. So that's kind of where I see him with the length, and you know, not necessarily needing to, you know, have to be so far away from the ball. No, he can be right in your face, and you have to deal with him at the line of scrimmage because the receivers continuously get bigger. I don't know if y'all saw Jeremiah Smith, but I want somebody with length to be able to look him in his face because he is a huge human being to be playing wide receiver. So the receivers are getting bigger, so the DBs should in turn get bigger. So Jonte is one of those guys that's like in vogue now with that transition in the sport.
Nice. Go ahead, Najeh.
I don't got much to say. I really do it on the intro. Like I said, I'm high on Jonte. Love what he can bring to the table, man. Like kind of similar to what Jeremy said, man. I think he's that Swiss Army knife, man. And one thing that's not going to hurt you, man, is having that versatility. We see it with Kyle Helmsley, right? You know, he played DB. Like, look what he's able to do. Baltimore moves him around, formerly of Marist. They move him all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played in everything. So if you can do that and you got that type of Swiss Army knife to your game, man, defensive coordinators are going to love you, man. They're going to move you all over the field, and you're going to be just a valuable chess piece that you can use everywhere, man. Antoine Hill, like Jeremy said, can flick it and throw it 60 to 70 plus yards, man. Just want to see him on a bigger stage. That's it. I want to see him pass the second round, man. I want to see him contending for a title. That's all I got to really say about Antoine Hill. I think he can do pretty much everything you ask him. And I just like to see him, run a little bit more. He's very, very good dual threat quarterback. Just like to see him run a little bit more, use his God-given ability of running the ball as well. And then I told you about how I felt about Ousmane Kromah. Like I said, that straight calf game was enough for me.
No, 100%. All right. Kurma, man, I've seen him a few times. I've been in Lee County a few times 2 years ago, and I'm actually going down there to cover their quarterback at the time, and all I see is like handoff. I'm like, dang, why don't he throw the ball? And I'm like, wait, why would you throw the ball? Why would you? This guy was literally breaking every tackle. He was like, he got some runaway speed on him, man. He'll get away from you. He's strong. He's an ox, man. There was one play where he got hit, and this man just literally did a 360, put his hand down, and kept running. I'm like, hey, like, who is this dude, bro? Like, he's one of those backs that needs the carries as well. He gets better as he keeps getting more carries. So as you see him just running, I'm just like, dang, like this dude is nasty. Antoine Hill, man, he's one of those quarterbacks that like you wanna go watch. You wanna go see him when he plays, and you want to see how he does. I want to see how he does this year. Definitely interested in seeing him. Parlati, I always say his last name wrong. Jaden. First time I've ever seen him was actually at OT7. That's not something a linebacker is supposed to be at. He's at OT7 running with wide receivers, man. This dude is quick. I love his energy, man. This dude is a vibe when you get around him. You see him, he's always like hyperactive, ready to go. And I love just every time I see him play and every time I be around him, just like, yeah, let's do it, let's go. Like he makes me want to go out there and play, man. So he's a good dude right there. And then Gilbert, man. New to me, but definitely a guy that I've been looking at lately. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Christian Gilbert, I don't know a lot about, to be honest, but we'll definitely see how that goes with that. But definitely be looking at some of these guys for sure. Before we get to our top 10, Jeremy, how you feel about our list so far, man?
Man, y'all nailing this. Like this is, and it's crazy to think about this. It's like we just named what 15 guys. I mean, we could throw any of those guys in states around the country, and they probably would be the best player in those states. Like it's crazy to think that's like you legitimately have arguments for those guys being where they are in this list. I mean, the state of Georgia is just so loaded in talent, and I mean these are just guys that are in the class of 2025. This doesn't even include underclassmen, does it? I mean, I haven't seen, like this is just 2025. So I mean, there's guys in 2026 and 2027 that are already just like freaky that we aren't even gonna get to mention tonight. So
right,
that just kind of it's hitting me like how good this state is in football.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
Y'all are killing this list. Like this list is probably
Appreciate it.
Big words, man, from big guys. Sure, love it. Hey, so Jeremy, obviously we're about to do our top 10. Anybody you expect to be on our top 10 right now that we probably didn't talk about?
I'm assuming there will be a quarterback from Carrollton. Let's see. I mean, obviously you're going. I'm pretty sure we'll see Travis Smith at some point from Westlake.
Tough.
Dang, I'm trying to think of guys that we haven't talked about yet. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what's next, though.
Besides, I'm trying to buy time because I got this graphic going.
Okay.
Go ahead, Najeh. Let's.
He's been great graphics, by the way, brother. He's been like looking at a work of art every time.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm over here still trying to do this last little bit.
Yeah, Jerome for inside the hashes for all your graphics, brother.
Literally, he does great graphics, man.
Yes, top 10s, kids that's watching commitments, top 10s, man, whatever. He's dope, bro.
And it sounds like he's doing them on the fly.
I am doing it on the fly. I got a couple more. Let's go. Come on, hurry up. But I love doing this stuff, man, and I do it for the kids for sure. So I know it's part of the game now, where getting your graphics out there, then getting your face out there is part of it as well. Marketing yourself. So I like doing this, man. Been doing it for some years now. So to put it into something I like now is just a blessing, man. It really is. So it's an honor to be able to do this stuff, even though I'm doing it on the fly right now, because it was taking me a while this month. I'm trying to go back to the gym too, so I'm trying to squeeze the gym a little bit, and I'm just like, oh man, I didn't realize how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta be ready for this Jerome and Jeremy matchup, brother.
Yeah. I've been
exactly.
See what happened. They posted it on Instagram or Twitter or something. And
that was crazy though. I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy. I didn't know this. I was like, okay. and I was definitely Brandon Howard doing that. So
y'all got to get him
shout out to
on
him.
next. You got to get him
Oh,
on
yeah.
to deliver a better ball next time. Crazy that he was the quarterback. And wait, was he the quarterback?
No. It was some kid.
It was some kids. Okay, see that didn't even get. See, I told you it wasn't a good pass.
It wasn't a bad throw, bro. It was in front of you. Don't do that. that kid has skills, man. He's gonna be a top quarterback one day. We're gonna be talking about him on one of these lists.
Okay.
Top five. All right, I'm almost done, guys. Distract them from me.
And we were talking about just guys that I expect to see next. I mean, obviously we talked about. Say it again, but. So what?
Nah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh,
no,
I was just saying.
I want to stop your wisdom.
We were talking about guys that that could be next. Like, what are y'all thoughts?
And now are we talking strictly 25 or are we talking like 26, 27s too?
We can do that. What if there was 26 guys in thrown into play? Where would some of those guys fit? Because Tyler Atkinson might be the best linebacker I watched last year.
Oh, no doubt. 197 plus tackles, over 10 plus sacks. I mean, if we was fitting him on this list, he'd definitely be like top 2, top 3 for me.
Top 2
in the state? Okay.
That's
yes.
Tough, top 2. You realize we have. Well, I ain't gonna say who we got.
I'll say the names, but yes, bro.
I don't know about top 2, bro.
Bro, he went into them drills. Yeah, he went. Bro, we all were there, bro. He went into them drills and performed at a high level. You know what I'm saying? At defensive line. He's not no defensive lineman.
So what about the linebacker drills?
He did good.
That's what I didn't get to see.
I don't know. You're right. He won linebacker MVP.
The thing that stands out about Tyler too is like he was like gun ho about being up there and being at the front of the line and like wanting to be the one that goes. Like they had to tell him to get out of line 4 times.
Yeah,
it's kind of inconvenient for the camp people, but like also just like as a person watching, like you're like, man, this dude like he either like just obsessed with football or he really he just want to destroy everybody in front of him and he just couldn't wait to be there. And then just kind of knowing him a little bit and talking to him a little bit, like that's kind of like that's what makes that dude tick. He all ball all the time, so like he gonna be very successful wherever he ends up playing college football. He's very successful now. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's like this generation of athletes. It's like a lot of them like play the sports they play to, because of what the sport can do for them, not necessarily because they love to do it. Like this dude is gonna have a lot of opportunities to do stuff off the field because of football, but he loves to play football. So I gotta tip my cap to him because that's a young kid that there was a lot of expectations on him going into Grayson, and he's lived up to them. I mean, I think he's probably even exceeded. I didn't think there was a way you could say, hey, you're gonna have almost 300 tackles and 20-something sacks in 2 years as a underclassman at 7-8. Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. So
definitely.
That's
Jeremy. My graphic is ready, but I want to ask you this question since we're on this already. I'm very high on Eric Gregory. What's your thoughts on him?
I'm high on him as well. I mean, he's a guy that's like, he does everything so well already. Like he's big, he's got speed. He can make the plays over the top. He can make them underneath. He can get the football and go 80 yards with it. I mean, he's probably one of the best overall receivers in the state. I mean, if not the best. I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody that is better. I mean, I really like Devin Carter from Cedar Grove as well in that class. That class of 26 is loaded.
26 is insane. Like you said it earlier. We was just like, are we doing 26? And we all was like, no. And I was like, bro, you do 26, it's gonna be insane. Like that list. Georgia's 2026 is probably some of the best in a couple of years. I would say, man. Like, that class is
loaded.
Stacked.
In every position group too.
Definitely. All right, guys, y'all ready to reveal the next 5?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
All right, y'all. So here we go. This is the 10 through 6 list. At number 10, Isaiah Gibson of Warner Robins. I mean, enough said. I mean, if you was at the Under Armour camp, you just seen the media salivating over him. I mean, that goes to show you he can beat you with speed, he can beat you with power, does a little bit of everything. Very, very versatile. Number 9, Daryl Duke Johnson. I've seen him go up on a lot of boards, 0-3 rivals in this early, recruiting circuit, early spring circuit. So far, he's very high. Tavion Wallace talked to Phillip Dukes, or Duke the Scoop. Very, very good corner out of Wayne County out there in Jessup. Does a lot of things well, man. Very versatile linebacker. I ain't gonna lie, man. Number 7 was tough. Jeremy Elias Williams, man. We really wanted them top 5. I mean, the dude can just do everything, man. I mean, if Georgia can keep him, man, woof, we talking about that tight end room. It's gonna be off the charts, man. So top end guy. On Camden County, played a little bit of everything. Right, he was doing tight end, was playing receiver, basically was playing defensive end, edge. I mean, the kid can do everything. And then number 6, Josh Petty, one of the most heavily sought after and coveted offensive linemen in this class. Top tier, plays for Fellowship Christian, can do pretty much very versatile. Can play interior offensive line or on the outside. Can do a little bit of everything. What's your reaction, Jeremy?
Whew, man. I didn't think you were gonna be able to top that last group, but this group is just like this is the future freaks of the NFL Combine group right here. Like this is Elias Williams is Thanos. Like that's the best way to describe him. Like that's just what he just walks off the bus and you're like, who is that? How many catches is he gonna have? Like I mean, the game I saw him play, I don't think he caught a pass. Didn't matter because just his presence and his just the fear of him going on and doing this just created an entirely different dynamic for. I mean, Camden County runs a triple option, and they sent him out as a long receiver, and 2 guys went over there immediately. Now you're running against, instead of 11 guys right there at the line of scrimmage, now you got 9 people because there's a monster out there just waiting for you to throw him the ball at some point. I mean, he's a good blocker too. I mean, he is Thanos. That's the best way I can describe him. He already has the Infinity Gauntlet. Whenever he gets on
all the stones,
whenever he gets on a college campus and he gets into his grown man body, oh my goodness! And he leaves basketball alone because like you obviously gonna lose a little weight, run up and down the basketball court. Yeah, you talking about a guy that's 6'7", 240, 250, maybe 260 pounds, running 4.5, 4.4, willing to block from one of the toughest areas from South Georgia. Those guys are tough down there, man.
Man, come on.
They are tough down there. So he will block, he will hit you, he will push you down, he'll look at you, he'll talk smack. He's one of those. So him at 7 is a little low for me just because of the upside, but I get it because they don't throw the football to him a lot because he run a triple option. So Josh Petty's another one that is, I think people are kind of like slowly realizing how good he is. I think he's added a bunch of weight. He's starting to get bigger. He's growing in. He's another one that once he grows into his man body, watch out. Can play tackle, can play guard on either side. Very physical, very athletic guy. A lot of upside there. Tavion Wallace, one of the most versatile linebackers in the state. Speed kills at the linebacker position. You say the same thing about Duke Johnson. He's another one. Also, South Georgia kids, very tough. Isaiah Gibson. He's got a lot of upside as a pass rusher. I think he could play inside some too, just because of his size. It's gonna be interesting to see what program gets him and where he kind of fits positionally over the next couple of years, because he could go either way. He can throw on 30 pounds and become a 5 technique, or he can lose 10 pounds and be a stand-up edge because he can rush the passer, and those guys are hard to come by. So having him at 10 for you guys I think you nailed it right on the head, because I think his best football is coming this year and the years after.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime you got a player's got a 7-foot wingspan that could be a potential edge rusher, it's like, man, what's in the food for these kids, man? I thought our guys was big, bro.
What's in the Kool-Aid, baby? What's in the Kool-Aid?
Man, it's a whole lot of sugar, a whole lot of B12,
whey protein.
And whey protein, man. That's a sugar. Not cane sugar. It's just whey protein. Duke Johnson, number 9. I thought I'm really high on Duke Johnson, man. I seen the film, man. He's just a freak athlete. They put him at quarterback, and he takes it like 85 yards, man.
Yeah.
So, but Tavion Wallace, like you said, one of the most versatile linebackers in the state. That's why I gotta give Tavion the nod. I like to see Duke. I mean, he does everything for where he's at, but you know what I'm saying. But Elias Williams, definitely a dog, man. Hopefully, we get a couple more balls thrown to him this year at Camden. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him play. Speaking of this, I'm gonna go back and watch that Walton game, but I did get to see him hoop at a tip-off classic. So I probably might drop the little video. My partner Rod Digital, he chopped it up with him, but you know what I'm saying, he had some thunderous dunks, man. You could not ignore him in the building. And you had I think that day you had Ace Bailey, what's the brother? Dylan Harper, another kid that played at OTE. But anyway, Jakai Howard, you know what I'm saying? You could not ignore that man in the building. So that just lets you know all you need to know about his athleticism. Josh Petty, man. I mean, all these guys are Sunday players, but Josh Petty is one of the most intriguing prospects on this list just because his makeup, his size, his footwork, all around being an offensive tackle, man. So he's definitely a guy to I mean, all of them are, but you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to keep my eye on Josh Petty as he grows for his senior year, man. So that's my scoop.
What about you, Najeh?
Yeah, not too much, man. I said on the intro, man, all guys I think can play on Sunday, man. I mean, yeah, I think this group is just very talented, man. They all possess just different versatile skill sets on all positions. Like Jeremy said, Thanos at number 7. It's what he's able to do, physically imposing. I mean, I watched the Walton game. I mean, Elias Williams was doing everything, bro. He was rushing. He was being used in the passing game. I mean, the kid is he's just that dude. Like, that's the best part I can say. He's just that dude. Tavion Wallace, versatile linebacker out of Wayne County. Same thing with Daryl Duke Johnson. Same kind of thing. Can do a little bit of everything. And then I think Isaiah Gibson has, out of this list, I think you kind of know what Elias Williams, potentially Tavion Wallace, Duke Johnson will do. Gibson, you may arguably say, has probably the most upside. Definitely got to grow into his body for Josh Petty. But as Jeremy alluded to, man, that versatility of him potentially playing defensive tackle, putting on weight, or even the edge and the 5 technique, all that stuff, man, makes him very very intriguing prospect to watch as the years go on.
Definitely. I hold on. Still editing.
You good, brother? You good?
But no, yeah, Isaiah Gibson, very athletic guy out there. I like how he does. Yeah, Williams at 7. The Thanos thing is as I love that comparison. That was great for you, Jeremy. I think that was a good assessment of him because that man is definitely a villain while he's out there. Definitely a villain. So I like how you put that out there. Petty's a huge dude, man, and I got to see him a little bit too. He's
what
What'd you say?
One thing I noticed about all the 5 of these guys too is that they're all kind of on teams where they have to be the guy every Friday or their teams lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that's you're not necessarily gonna, like, where all 5 of these guys are going in college, you're not gonna do that on Saturdays. You're not gonna have to do that on, you're gonna go somewhere and learn to be a piece of an entire plan. But having the ability to be able to, it's almost like you get to go and be creative and paint your own canvas of what your skill set is, because you can go and you're like, okay, well, I know I can do this, but let me see what I can do. Like, you get to be more creative with your skill set because on Fridays you kind of got the freedom to do whatever. You're the best athlete probably in the county. So, to me, those guys end up working out a lot because, they already know themselves on the NFL. And when they get to the NFL is a lot of freelancing. And I mean, the NFL game allows you to have that personality and it allows you to have that freedom to do what your skill set says you can do. So, when I see guys like this with raw athleticism, okay, that's great. And then that helps you get there. But then I also watched their high school film. These guys are big parts of what happens on Friday nights for their teams. If Josh Petty has a bad game, like Fellowship's going to struggle to win that game. I mean, if he does not block well, a lot of what they do in their running attack, depends on him and what he does. And on defense too. I mean, he's a big time pass rusher for him. So I think the game I went to, he had 3 sacks, I believe, in that game. So and a fumble, maybe recovery. So yeah, he's not just the offensive lineman for them. So.
Yeah,
I think that matters when you start to evaluate these guys, and I think you guys did a great job of, having them all. It's crazy because I was trying to think of guys to think of. I didn't think of any of these guys, but they all deserve to be up here. And I mean, honestly, they could be higher. I can't wait to see the next 5 dudes. Like these must be Michael Jordan,
James, the Dream Team. You got a Dream Team in there.
And Shaq.
And Shaq. He did. All right, almost there, guys. But who would you expect on this part? I mean, we already kind of alluded to Juju. He definitely gonna be on the top 5. Anybody else that you expect to be on here?
Oh man. I don't know. I mean, like I said, Juju would definitely be up there. Travis Smith Jr. I'm trying to. Oh man, Elijah Griffin got to be up there somewhere. I bet I could probably guess. You only get 5. I'm gonna stop, but
name is some.
There's only 2 left.
But yeah, this group. I mean, I don't know if you can pick a group of 25. If you just take this and take these 25 and made a team out of them, like who beats them?
Not many.
Like who beats that 22 or 25? Like around the country. I don't know that you can. Maybe Texas.
Maybe
California.
Yeah, you got Mater Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Florida. The way they're gonna run into it is the quarterback. I mean. I don't see I'm trying to think of who their quarterbacks are. I mean, they got a guy in 2026 that I'm high on, Dia Bell out of American Heritage. That is really good. He's a 2026 guy though.
Let's take a peek.
I got a comment.
Yeah, I mean, I would put that 2025 up against all 3 of those, 3 of those states.
Facts. They don't even have a quarterback in top 25 on 3. The highest rated is Carter Smith out of Bishop Verrett, Fort Myers, Florida. Hometown of Deion Sanders. Don't know nothing.
Yep.
But yeah.
Hey, so Jerome, can you put that comment real quick?
Yeah,
while you doing the graphic?
Yes, sir.
How did you feel about 2025 prospect Sam Turner? Oh, that's man. I saw her. She put him up. He can play.
Yeah.
Appreciate you getting on with us. We got 92 people live in here right now, by the way. So appreciate everybody that's in here right now. For sure. We appreciate it. It's we got parents in here, we got players in here, we got coaches in here. So each one of you guys, we definitely appreciate y'all. But who wants to answer that question?
I saw Sam last week. I think I've seen him twice now in person, but I watched his highlights. I think honestly, he could have been on this list. I mean, he's probably one of the more underrated receivers in this country. I'm not going to say state. I mean, he does, just watching him a little bit, he does drop the football sometimes, that some balls that he should catch. But a guy at that development stage, that's going to happen. Once he fixed that, and learn some of the route and learns the entire route tree, he's a guy with a lot of upside that, can get in the program. And we look up in 3 years and he's one of these guys like a Donnie Mitchell that is showing out at the combine that, has made some big plays at a big program. So I love his game. I think he's spectacular as far as, what he could do, going into next year. He should have more of an opportunity too to showcase himself at Southwest Cab this year too.
Facts.
Anybody else got any comments on him?
Yeah, I like his size. You know, he runs about a good 6'2". Got some pretty decent offers in. I think he has a high upside in my opinion. As Jeremy said, probably one of the more underrated receivers. But I think this year he gonna be able to be that guy right at Southwest DeKalb. Somebody they're gonna depend on, day in, day out, game in, game out. So can't wait to see kind of just how he projects, kind of figuring out kind of what role obviously he's going to have on the team, but I think he should be the guy, like somebody they throw the ball to. He should at least have this year 7 to 10 targets a game, at least.
Yeah.
I think that's how good he can be. So it's just going to depend, if the quarterback can get it to him, because I think he's a guy that can, really make people pay, in the open field. So can't wait to see what he's able to do, but I think he has a very strong upside.
Yeah, he's not going to surprise anybody this year either. That's the thing that he's going to have to adjust to, is that when you game plan for Southwest DeKalb, you're going to find out where number 18 is. So you're going to have coverage on him. So I want to see how he adjusts to that. Probably halfway through the year, I want to see where he is as far as like being able to still have the production while also being the guy in an offense. That's the next step in his process.
Definitely. He's 26, right?
He's 25.
25.
Oh, okay. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know much about him. I heard the name before, so definitely gonna check him out for sure. Especially if you guys are giving him such high praise. Every player. This is a lower level of one of the lowest levels of football. So obviously, there's still a lot of development that anybody can do. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him play. And definitely checking him out, Miss Turner. So I appreciate y'all putting your young man out there, and now we definitely all have our eyes on, and all the people that are watching as well. We
Thanks for
definitely
Uncle Hustle Link 707.
Hustle Link.
Hustle Link.
All right, cool.
He's a hustler, baby.
Definitely. All right, so we'll do like 2 seconds, and I'll be done. 2 seconds, not 2 seconds, but I'll be done soon. So, all right, almost ready, guys.
Good, brother.
Who's ready? Who's excited about this, man? I'm excited about it.
Official top 5 unveil coming soon, y'all.
Jerome's working his magic, man. And like
I'm just
now tuning in.
Now.
Hit inside the hash for all graphic needs, man. As you can see, man, this is Picasso, man. This is, what I'm saying, Leonardo right here, man. Basquiat, if you will.
Hype me up too much, man.
Bro, this is real. This is good work, bro.
All right, so it's just loading up now. About to get it in. Super excited for you to see the top 5 players. Yes, sir. So let's get into it. There you go. Najeh. Let's talk about it.
All right. So I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I'm gonna just say top 5, just their name and where they play. Travis Smith Jr. at number 5, Westlake. Number 4 is Zayden Walker of Schley County. I gotta say how my boy makes sense. Schley.
Schley.
I like that.
Number 3, Juju Lewis of Carrollton. No, you can't make a list of top 5 without having Juju.
Man, come on.
I'm just sorry. Like, if he's not top 5, what are you doing? Number 2, Justice Terry, of Manchester. Hey, just go roll the tape. What he did in the championship game. That's all you need to know. Just roll that tape. And then number 1, Elijah Griffin of Savannah Christian. Just an absolute stud. Over 15 plus sacks this season. Heavily coveted. Just narrowed down his list to a top 12 recently. Georgia obviously is on that list. And I think our boy Jeremy today actually logged, if I'm not mistaken, on a recruiting prediction machine on 3 of him going to Georgia. So, Jeremy, what's the reaction, man?
Man, what a group.
Facts.
I'm gonna start with number 1, Mr. Elijah Griffin. Elijah Griffin is getting triple teamed and quadruple teamed and having an entire game plan scripted to keep him out of the game. So for him to still have 15 sacks says a lot. I didn't realize he had that many sacks. That's crazy. Dominant. That's the best way to describe him. Is just dominant. The next guy is a guy who is committed to Georgia, who is recruiting the other guy to come play at Georgia. He is also very dominant in what he does, and he is also being triple teamed and double teamed and being asked to do things that he won't be doing at the next level as well. So Justice Terry is one of the guys that I'm probably the highest on in this class, just because of his physical upside. He's explosive. He weighs about 270, but he looks leaner than that.
Man.
He has a lot of upside as a pass rusher. I mean, we all keep pegging him as maybe a 3 technique, but I mean, you can sneak him out there at 5 technique to rush the passer because of his athleticism. He's a freak. I mean, you're talking about Jalen Carter. We remember what he looked like in college. I mean, this guy has some physical development that could come. This is kind of that next type of athlete that I think we're looking at. Like, that's kind of that's who comes to mind when I think of Justice Terry in 4 years. Jalen Carter. Juju Lewis, I mean, he's been probably the best quarterback in the metro area in Georgia since he stepped into high school. Or if not one in the discussion, I mean, he does everything correctly. I mean, he processes everything. I mean, a lot of times we get caught up in, can the quarterback run a 4.3? Oh, is he 6'5", 240 pounds? Okay, I mean, that's great to have, but I mean, can you process what you're looking at? This dude answers that question as a 15-year-old high school junior, but who will be playing his senior year. So he answered that. He checks that box. So he can throw on the run. He can throw in the pocket. He can create space when the pocket isn't working. He resets the pocket well. He's able to process what the offensive game plan is. He has a lot of freedom in that offense. So, I mean, he's spectacular as a quarterback. I mean, I don't know how else to say that one. Zayden Walker is a guy who plays outside linebacker at Schley. Doesn't get to do a lot of what he would do at the college level. I think I interviewed him one day, and I asked him, man, why? I know you play edge and you get a chance to play middle linebacker at the next level. And he was like, man, where I'm from, they run away from me. So I'm just looking forward to being in the action. So like a lot of his stats probably won't be eye-popping, but this dude can do a lot of everything. He's got the right makeup. He's one of those program builder types. You bring him in your building and he's going to be doing the right thing. He's going to work hard. He's going to be able to relate to all of the players around him. I mean, that's the thing with being a middle linebacker that kind of gets left out. Yeah, you have to be able to play sideline, but you're the quarterback, so you have to be able to be the guy that can be in the middle of the huddle all the time. So Zayden's traits to me go beyond the football field. They're more of a, he's definitely got the traits. Always 220 pounds. I mean, he looks like a college player now, but it's like the cerebral part of the game that him being able to be an extension of the coach on the football field is what will make him special at the next level and potentially the one after it. Travis Smith Jr. has been underrated this entire process, and he's finally starting to come onto the scene. To be as big as he is, he's so smooth. He's got great hands. He's faster than he looks as a big guy. He can adjust to the football in the air. He's everything you want in a wide receiver, especially one with this kind of size. So, I mean, he'll be a guy you can line up outside on both sides of the field. You could throw him in the slot and give him routes the tight ends run. I mean, he'll block. I mean, he's the full package as a receiver. So, seeing him in the top 5, that's, I'm glad he's finally getting his due because I know he's been underrated for quite some time. I'm glad he's kind of, coming into the spotlight a little bit.
Facts. You can give the kudos to the man upper left, Najeh Wilkins. He's like Travis Smith. Soon we got his name. Yeah, top 5. I'm like, damn. I'm like, nah, we got started, man.
I said I'm not making this list if he's not top 5, bro.
Yeah, he literally forced our hand, and I was like, "You're right, you're right." So, yeah, Travis Smith was one of those guys that Najeh put me on. Najeh put me on a lot of guys. Travis was one of them. I've been going to Westlake and looking at Westlake for the last year and a half now a lot because they got a lot of talent on that team, and especially at that wide receiver position. And Travis was one of them that stuck out to me. When Najeh told me about him, I was like, all right, I'll go check him out. Not thinking too much of it, and now I see him play. I'm like, geez, dude, like, he catches everything. Like, contested balls, getting in and out his breaks, speed routes. He could do it all, bro. I'm just like, wait, why isn't nobody talking about this guy more? Like, he needs to be talked about more. So, Travis Smith, one of those guys. Walker from Sly, love that. Again, edge rusher, middle linebacker, a guy that he's physical, and I love linebackers that are gonna be physical. You know what I mean? And I know that's kind of getting out of the way a little bit more. Now it's gonna be like more, guys that can cover, which is obviously you need that. But I like guys that's gonna get his nose in there and pop you. And he's one of those guys that's gonna go in there and pop you. So I love that about his game, man. And I hope that don't ever get away from the game with everything that's changing right now. But he has that ability to do both, I think. Juju, what can I say about Juju, bro? Like he's been a guy since 8th grade, you know what I mean? And I heard about Juju before I even seen him. I was like, somebody was like, Juju Lewis. I was like, yeah, I heard that name before. I never seen him play. Yeah, he's not even in high school yet. I'm like, why are we talking about this guy? Yeah, and this is why. I had a highlight tape of him, and it was when he was in the pocket, and the pocket was collapsing, and this man did like some kind of like step up, step back, did a 360 turn, threw the ball down the field, and threw a strike. I think Jeremy was at that game with me, and we were just in awe. And that was when he was a sophomore, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No, freshman. No, that was his freshman year. I'm sorry. That was his freshman year. As soon as I seen that, I was like, yeah, this kid's nice. The hype is real. Yeah, he reclassified, rightfully so. Honestly, he's way well beyond his years and all ages already. So he carries himself very well. He's a really humble kid. I do like him. So he's going to be one of those guys that Georgia's going to be tired of talking about him. But we're going to always talk about him because I think he's going to be one of the guys that's going to get a look in the NFL one day. Julius, very, very athletic big guy. I love athletic big guys. I like how Jeremy compares him to
Jordan Carter.
I'm Jordan Carter. Yeah, I'm an Eagle guy, so I'm big on him, and I like that comparison because he can be like one of those athletic D tackles, and I like my D tackles athletic. Those guys that people don't expect them to be as athletic as they are. Jalen Carter went crazy for the Eagles. And I think Julius can do the same type things. Elijah Griffin, big dude. Obviously, I can barely fit him on the graphic. So, really big dude. I like his game as well. How many sacks y'all say he had?
15.
Over 15.
Over 15? That's crazy, bro.
15 sacks, man. I got to do a little bit more tape on him because 15 sacks that's not heard of. That's not like high school type of stuff, man. So I like what I'm hearing about him. I want to do a little bit more tape. I want to watch him in person. I haven't got to see him in person yet. So I would love to do that sometime this season for sure. But go ahead, Nash. What do you think?
Yeah, my apologies. I lied to the American people. He got 17 and a half sacks per
There you go. Jeez.
That's over a sack a game.
Yeah, but 17 and a half. So that goes to show you, man, how real deal Elijah Griffin is, man. And what's crazy is imagine pairing him with a Justice Terry on Georgia.
That's unstoppable.
Oh,
man.
my Lord. Like, good luck as an offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. Like, good luck. And what's so crazy, Jeremy, I've been seeing that. I don't know who I've been talking to. I think I told Bacon this, and I told a few people on my day job what I thought about Justice Terry. And I said, literally what you said. I said, when's the last time I think Georgia has had a dominant like defensive tackle besides the Jordan Davis and then the Jalen Carter? And I said, he is the next one in the pipeline of what they've had as far as great defensive tackle. And I said, I'll put him right in that category. I think he's going to be another Jalen Carter for them, just somebody that can be a good run stopper, but also can rush the passer at an elite level. I think he like his athleticism, what he can do. I think he fits the whole mold for that for Georgia, and they got to be super excited, especially now with him trying to recruit Elijah Griffin to come in with him. Hey, bro, good luck. So I'm high on Justice Terry as well. I think he has a lot of potential. Juju, obviously, you know what he can do. Juju is Juju. I think he answered all. Sometimes guys don't live up to the hype, and a lot of people probably wanted to see him fail. But coming in as your freshman year and going all the way to the state championship, losing to a really talented Mill Creek team, but still putting up 500 plus yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Hey, he solidified himself his freshman year, man. That he's the real deal. And he didn't struggle at all. He did what he did. Hit the gates running as a freshman. That tells you all you really need to know about Juju. And then Zayden Walker, man, like you guys said, can't wait to see what he projects to on the next level. Probably plays a little bit outside of what he's going to play on the college level, but can do anything you ask of him. Very, very talented. And then number 5, man, Travis Smith Jr., as they said, I had him as soon as we came onto the list, man. That is how high I am on Travis Smith Jr., man. He can play practically any position, the X, the Y, the Z, the slot. And he runs routes like he's a slot receiver, man. I mean, he's just so smooth in and out of his breaks. His catch radius is off the charts. I've seen a lot of DBs try to get physical with him. I did an interview with him, and he said, look, if you press me, you're going to find out. And a lot of DBs found out. You know what I'm saying? They found out. Like, you cannot press this dude. He is too, built upper body-wise where that's not going to work, bro. And I love that. Some receivers, as I was telling Jerome and Bacon, I said, well, I got to see them a little bit more because they were struggling a little bit at their camp in the press. He did not struggle at all in the press. And I give y'all one more comment. I'm going to throw it back to y'all. You know you the real deal when you got cornerbacks from other states coming in, Mississippi, Alabama, I forget who it was. And he said, man, what is y'all feeding these kids? Creatine every day? That comment for me was like, okay, yeah.
It's different in the beach
saying that, like, okay, bro, that go to show you right there. So for me, he got to be top 5. I think, as Jeremy said, he's finally getting his just due. I think he's one of the top players in the state, man. And I think he's the best. For me, I think he's clear-cut the best receiver. No disrespect to CJ Wiley. He's in that class too, but I'm taking Travis Smith as number 1. CJ Wiley my number 2, for me personally.
Do we see any Justin Jeff, man?
I think more physical than Jay Jealous.
Body size wise, I've seen it. I know I wanted to say that too, but I don't like doing that right away.
It's completeness of the arsenal, though.
Yeah,
he's saying Travis reminds you of Justin Jefferson.
Catch radius, like body control, route running. Speed.
He's more physical, though, to me.
He's more physical.
Yeah.
He's more physical version.
Jefferson's really slender too.
Yes.
Yeah. Travis is really like, you know what I'm saying? He's got to grow into his body, but right now he's kind of slender.
I mean, he's like everybody want to run the DK Metcalf. He's not as big as him. DK Metcalf is a giant. I don't know. I don't think we've seen a receiver we've seen big receivers with the speed. Like everybody, when you see a big receiver, you think Megatron, you think Jerome, you think DK Metcalf. I don't know that Travis has that kind of. I don't know that he has that kind of speed. Like Julio Jones is 6'4", 225, 230 pounds.
3 speed.
Like that's something you get off the bus and you think, why is this man chasing me? Like you just immediately just feel him. Why he over me? Why is he bothering me? Like I don't know that Travis got that kind of speed, but I would say maybe somebody like George Pickens comes to mind. Just because of the body control and the ability to play above the rim. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what he ran at under camp. I want to know what his 40 years, but
let me give y'all one that y'all can think about.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald.
That's a really good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good one. I can see Fitzgerald.
Right. That's what I said.
I can see Fitz. That's crazy. I mean, we don't talk about him a lot. Like he was one of the best players to play. Like he's nobody ever thinks about him, but he should be in the Hall of Fame soon. I would assume. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think next year, right?
Okay. Yeah, he should be. I hate he didn't get a championship, but
came close.
Got robbed.
Yeah. Was it San Antonio Holmes sketch?
Yep.
Classic. But it might be before some of y'all time if y'all young boys watching. But
hey, that James Harrison, what was that? Pick 6, I think.
Pick six.
That was insane, bro.
1 yard line.
Yeah, and you know who tackled him, right?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Came from the other end zone, the other side of the field, and ran him down.
Yep.
Before we move on, I just wanted to say, Zayden Walker is my I don't say my dark horse, but you know what I'm saying, like I was saying, that we don't really know what he's gonna do yet, but he's one of those ones I think can be a lot more successful than, I mean, he's top four, but I think he's gonna be one of those ones. Super versatile as an athlete, but I think it's gonna be one of the ones, man. Kind of similar to Duke. You know what I'm saying? I'm high on both of those guys, but yeah, that's I'll say that now. We can move on, but I had to put that out there.
I gotta ask Jeremy. So you see in our list, give us an honest rating, man. What would you rate the list? Now you can do 1 to 10, or you can give us a grade. You can give us an A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade, F grade. Grade that list, man.
I ain't say DF, brother.
Oh, I'm gonna give y'all A minus. Like y'all list, y'all nailed the list. I mean,
the minus is hurting my heart though.
I feel like everybody was like where they were supposed to be outside of Lagonza Hayward, but it's just he kind of new to the scene. So
yeah,
I mean, I think Lagonza Hayward's probably. I wouldn't be mad if you put him in the top 10 for that list. So. I mean, then Thanos. I mean, you can't have Thanos at 7.
Right.
You saw what he did to the Avengers, right? Like he just showed up and everybody and got rid of people. So like that's
got rid of them.
Yeah, he came through and just like Captain America had his little hand up there. He just said, "Nah." That's Elias Williams. I mean, and I'm interested to see how they're gonna use him. I know Coach Herron, who's been a great coach in the state of Georgia for a long time, is retired from Camden County, so they'll have a new coach next year. I wonder how the philosophy will change down there. And you got a 6'7" weapon. I mean,
gotta use him.
The what do you call it? The possibilities are endless. So
there you go. Now, if you
Travis Rowland, by the way, Jeremy.
Say again. I'm sorry.
I said the new coach is Travis Rowland from mainland of Dayton Beach, Florida.
From Florida? Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. I don't know a lot about him, but that's a good hire. I mean, anytime you get mainland high school, that's a good program. So I've heard of that program before. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to plan on making a trip down there and seeing them at some point. So.
Definitely. Now, Jeremy, last question before we transition. If you had to pick a number one guy for yourself, out of this list or whatever, who will be your number one guy? And then you have a guy in your head that's number one to you.
If you ask me today I'm starting a team for the next 3 years, I'm going with Julian Lewis.
That's great answer.
Because it's really hard to find good quarterback play. It's really good. It's really hard to find good quarterbacks that will stay healthy. And it's also really hard to find quarterbacks that everyone respects. Like players respect Julian Lewis. They're willing to play with him. His name, his reputation intrigues players that can play football. Like skill position players want to be able to play with a guy that can put the football and make them look good. I can go up and make a catch like this, and I get the catch, and I come down and I get hit. Or I can have him throw me the ball in stride, and I can run for 20 more yards. That's what you're asking when you're saying, hey, do I want Julian Lewis or do I want another quarterback? So to me, like you start a program and you build it off that guy because, he's a quarterback that won't get hurt because he's not going to be running around and get hit, trying to be a running back also. He's a safe bet when it comes to that part of the game. And, the best ability is availability. So, and also being able to process and, being able to take in any offense you give him. So to me, that's the guy.
Definitely. Now,
yeah.
Now, with that being said, obviously, what's your take on what Carrollton's currently doing with all those, all the players that they're getting inside that school, man? I mean, the talent that they racking up over there, man. What's your take on that?
I mean, they going for it. I mean, they were close 2 years ago. Last year, I don't think things went like they wanted it to go. They lost the game early in the year, and then they lost to the eventual state champion. So, I guess they lost to Walton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what the expectations out there are to win state championships, and they back in the position again this year to do the same thing. So, they going for it. I mean, like I said, players want to play with a great quarterback, so that's what that is. So, that's their anything less than a state title out there feels like that's not what they're looking for. So I think they're the team to beat. I mean, on paper, and we'll see how that comes together once the season starts in August.
Definitely, man. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for getting on, man. I don't know if it was just your beautiful face or the list, but we got the most people that we had in this podcast since you've been here. So it could. I think it's you. So
No, I doubt it.
over 100 people in here right now. That's not including Instagram, because Instagram don't even have them numbers included in here. So great numbers right now, especially for a live and especially for being this late. Of course, I thank you, Jeremy. And you guys want to say anything before we let Jeremy go?
Man, thank you. Taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on with us, man. And just since we got a lot of people here, man, I got to show love to the hometown, man. Just give a couple words on the forgotten brother, Rodney Colton, man, 2026, man.
Man, Rodney is a baller, man. I'm excited to see him get back on the football field. I went over to the school and got to meet him, man. I love his personality. He's a good dude. Definitely rooting for him to, bounce back and have a strong year, man. Supposed to catch up with him here soon, so definitely rooting for you, man. Hopefully everything's good with him, and he's one of the best. He's another one of those really good players in 2026. So that's a name you definitely want to know going into this year.
Yes, sir. One for the in town.
Yeah, I guess last thing, just who's some guys I guess George is after in this 25 cycle, man, that we can expect to probably see on campus.
Shoot, I know the top five we just saw, like all five of those guys will be on campus at some point here in the next couple of weeks. I think Julian's maybe March 16th. Elijah's there on March 16th. I think Travis is too. So Zayden will probably be in town at some point. Haven't really confirmed that. Not 100% sure on the internet. All five of those guys are major targets from Georgia. So, like, if that tells you anything about their ability, all five of those guys are high priority for, the team that just won 2 or 3 national championships. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. I definitely think, if they get all 5 of those guys, that's you building. It's just gonna keep reloading in Athens. Like, that's just what Kirby Smart and that group does. I don't think they're happy with how the season ended, so they're gonna be really aggressive with everything they do moving forward. So,
definitely.
Thanks.
Well, Jeremy, once again, thank you for getting on, man. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you, man. We gotta get you on again. Probably when we do a 2026 one, because I feel like we should. It's gonna be a crazy class. I don't know how we're gonna figure that one out, but we're gonna do something to get that one. So, all you listeners, make sure you keep tuning in, because eventually we'll do 2026 as well. But thanks again, Jeremy. Appreciate you getting on, man. If you're not following Jeremy on Twitter, Instagram, go flood all his stuff right now. Just flood it. Like, just DM him. Say, hey, I'm a 5-star. Look at my tape. Like, just
flood it.
Flood it up. Appreciate you, Jeremy, man.
Absolutely.
Another time.
Thank y'all for having me. I definitely will be watching the next couple of weeks and moving forward. I'm happy for y'all. Be able to have this platform and do y'all thing, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Gotta send you off with the horn.
Bye, y'all.
You guys.
Oh man.
Jeremy Johnson of 1-3, man, a very good dude, man. Love talking to him. Every time we talk to him, he just laughs, man, because he's great personality, great personality. All right, I guess we getting into our hoops, guys. What we got?
Oh, all right. We transition over, man. Slide into the 3, man. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we will be breaking down the GHSA matchup, starting with 7A. Najeh, you got me?
Of
On the
course.
share? My
You
man.
said with the share?
Yes. I heard some clicks. I like he already on it. Thank God.
Okay. Let me get right. Let me get right.
You
Okay.
know.
You just want the matchups?
Yeah, if you can go to the brackets. If not, I can
I got you.
chime in. All
Right,
right.
bear with me. Bear with me.
Sorry, brother.
Do you want 7A, right? Okay, I found it.
Yes, sir. You got it. All right, man. I was getting ready to segue.
Look at you rushing. Look at you.
Hey.
Look at you rushing, bro.
They've been on my top by me not sharing screen. I've been sharing screen in my last podcast, so you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to beat him to the punch.
All right, y'all. So this is the official 7A one. As you can see, McEachern beat Wheeler 63-56 in a pretty
Close
good game. What's his name? Balled out once again. Ace Bailey, no surprise there. Grayson beat Milton 57-40 to advance to the title game. One we've been high on for a while. Me and Bacon have been saying it all along. Grayson McEachern, that is fireworks. Get your popcorn ready.
Yes.
Put your steak on the grill. Go ahead and get all your drinks and your snacks ready to go. Put your feet up. You know what I'm saying? Get you a drink. Do what you think. Like, this is going to be must-see TV, McEachern and Grayson, man. So what is your reaction?
Man, this is what we've been waiting to see. I think, you know what I'm saying, kind of like the NBA of old. We know everybody knew who was going to be. It's going to be Cleveland and Golden State Warriors and GHSA 7A is McEachern and Grayson. This is going to be. I'm trying to hype it up as much as I can. Honestly, I think this is a Grayson game unless Ace Bailey goes for 45-50. I think it's going to be entertaining. I think the crowd's going to be there. Obviously, the star power's there. You got Jacob Wilkins, Ace Bailey, of course, Nash, program from McKee. What's his name?
Jay Nash.
Jay Nash. Jakari Harris. Help me out on the big man for Grayson Nash.
You got Amir Taylor.
They got another guard who's electric as well. A few guards. Yeah, CJ Highland. The other one that plays for Team Huncho. So like I said, man, out of those names I just named, it just
can't forget your boy. Wasn't it Nam?
Oh yeah, man.
I can't think of his name, but I don't know how to say it. But Namdi something.
Yeah, man. It's my number 30 on McEachern, man. I'd call him Mr. Dennis Rodman, man. But like I said, man, this Grayson's got too much firepower. I'm hoping Ace Billy goes crazy and it's a close game. I'm hoping McEachern can come with the upset. It's just going to be the Cinderella story. It's going to be the icing on the cake for his high school career because he's been by far the most exciting high school player, if not in the nation, in the state of Georgia, and most exciting high school player the state of Georgia has seen in a while. And I'm not taking anything from Isaiah Collier. Probably most exciting player to come out of Georgia since guard came from Pebblebrook.
Colin Sexton.
And I'm not taking anything from Sharif either. But when Colin Sexton was on the court, it was a must-see TV. So yeah,
Even
yeah. Can't forget about Anthony Edwards now. He didn't play GHSA, so so we're gonna slide that to the side. Okay. But Anthony Edwards, not taking anything from his game. I'm just saying in the GHSA, so you got the brand. I'm trying, gotta keep it political, brother. Trying to put me out there. But I think this is Grayson's game, man, by far. But I'm hoping that some magic can happen. I'm hoping to be in the building. I got a couple people I'm a contact, so it might be some Just Listen news reporting sideline. But if not, we'll be watching the NFHS like the rest of us, since our judge of public broadcasting television won't be in there in the number. But that's neither here nor there. If we can segue into 6A, brother.
All right.
I think 6A is Alexander and Riverwood. Riverwood did. Oh man, Jonesboro was in the Final Four. That's 79-63. Riverwood over Jonesboro. They got some good guards at Riverwood. I say this all the time. Great guards can take you a lot of places in tournament basketball. Alexander with a mighty defeat over Woodward Academy, 93-4. Alexander Riverwood. I'm gonna have to go with the repeat champions of last year. I think it's gonna be a two-peat. Braden Lou. I can't remember the guard's name. I was gonna say his nickname, but I cannot remember.
Craig Dunson.
I see.
Sophomore guard.
Yep, he's gonna be nice, man. I think he's gonna make leaps and bounds this summer and into his junior season. But me and Najeh and I, excuse me, proper grammar. We seen him at the Grayson New Year's Classic against who they play, McEachern? No, it wasn't McEachern.
Yeah, Alexander played McEachern. Yep, they sure did. Mm-hmm.
He had some good shots. He made some good decisions. You can definitely see the youth in the young man. But I don't think Riverwood has a big man that can contain Braden Lou, man. And if he gets busy down on that low block with that turnaround fade, he gets comfortable early. Turn off the lights and light a candle. I'm telling you. I'm gonna take Alexander by at least 10 and not 50, at least 10, not 12, man. I think this is 10. 10. Clip me up, screen record it, put me on blast.
No.
You don't think so? What you got, brother? It's
gonna be a more competitive game than you think. I like Alexander. They got a great head coach. What they've been doing on their first ever state championship. This is actually Riverwood's first ever time in the state championship game. So love to see that parity. Much congrats to them. But I like their coach, Coach Jenkins. I got to talk to him on my day show podcast. And I like what they got as a group, man. They play very organized, play very together. Not saying Alexander doesn't. I'm just saying like they have a lot of continuity together. This team wanted to come back and win, and I think he's going to be able to make enough adjustments in this game. And it's going to be tough, but the player to watch for against Braden Lou is going to be Jackson Davis. He does a little bit of dirty work, hustle work for them, a little bit of everything, averaging about, I think, 8 to 9 boards a game. Just knows his role. I think that's when you have games like this, you got to have people that know your role. And he's just going to have to be able to match up with him and make it difficult. I'm not saying you're going to stop a Braden Lou who's going to Kennesaw State, but you got to make those shots difficult for him to contest. Or not allow him to get in the rhythm is what Bacon alluded to. But man, when you got two prolific scorers, dog, I'm sorry. You got two guys that's capable of going off for 50. Come on, bro. I mean, that is
some good guards.
Yeah, I mean they're off the chain, man. Him, Karis Bilal, and J.R. Leonard, the boys is the truth. J.R. Leonard went off for 51 points, 8 rebounds in a Sweet 16 win against Evans. So. Those two, I think that poses problems potentially for Alexander. They do have great guard play, but trying to stop them without getting in foul trouble is going to be, I think, a little bit tough. I'm going to go with the upset with Riverwood, but in a very, very close game, bold take, very close game between these two teams. I got a 4-point victory for Riverwood in a very tightly contested game that nobody is going to be expecting.
I also want to say this, brother. 10 points is not that big. That's not a spanking now. That's a very respectable loss.
That's double digits. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
All right, so 7 to 10. I know I was going to say 10 to 12, but I say 7 to 10, man. I'll come down, but that's a very respectable loss. That's the one of you lost. You look in a man's eye, shake his hand, good game. Transitioned to 5A, man.
Yeah, man, clowny. I don't go like this. No, did I do it? No, I thought I would have just had a little button. You could just pop up.
They got to add that. Somebody call Elon and phone him up. We need smoother transitions in the tweets.
Yeah, this smooth transitions.
In the X's. Oh, Hebron versus Wesleyan? That's good.
Yeah, that's girls.
That's a good one. That's a good
one.
Where's
5A?
I see 3A. If you don't see it. Shout out to Coach Adams, man. I believe he's DC, a defensive assistant at Georgia State. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
Go to media. Like go all the way at the top and hit media. You see all the graphics from there. Right? You hear that way.
Okay, I pulled it up. Let's see. Yeah, it was crazy, y'all. Okay, here it is, all the way back here.
Oh, it's Kale. This is Kel by far. Y'all know Jerome, you know anything about Eagles landing basketball? Off the top, just asking. What about you, Nas? You know a lot about Eagles landing basketball? I know they've been around in 5A for a minute.
They put up 100 points in the playoffs, held their opponents at 39. Big time shooting performance against Northside Columbus. Very good potent offense from what I know. Pretty good guard play out there in McDonough. They don't have any stats or nothing, but
Right, that's the problem, bro.
Yeah, they don't got no stats, nothing really on their Twitter. But I'll say this: back to back. Let me see, back to back 20-win seasons. They've won 20 games in the past. Shoot, yeah, these guys have been here. Man, they've won 20 games on at least like the last half decade.
Do you think it's enough to beat the
No, I don't think.
Longhorns? You don't think so?
No, I'm sorry.
You haven't even seen
that boy CJ Brown just on another level. I've been saying that since I got to see him when he had that dunk, that poster. And he's continued to be good all year. They just too talented, man. I think Kel's going to two-peat, and a lot of it is because of CJ, a lot of it is because of their depth, a lot of it is because of their head coach Jermaine Saunders and what he's been able to do. Really good front court play too. Also can't forget about, they got another Jalen Colson is another big player for them. There's a couple more I wanted to highlight too for Kel. I just think Kel got too much, man. No disrespect to Eagles Landing, who has a really good team year in, year out, but I just think Kel's on another level, and I think they're going to repeat.
Well said. We can say way.
Yeah, Kenan Richards is his name. Yeah, he's been great all year. Big man, just does all the dirty work, everything you need him to do, man. He is spectacular. All right, let's go to 4A. Now I can't wait for this one. This one I think is going to be up there with Riverwood and Alexander and Grayson. Yeah, that's going to be off the chain. I mean, you got the number one. I think he's the number one player in this class in the 2025, and that's Caleb Wilson. I know he's number 4, but I think you do a little bit of everything, man. And in North Oconee, man, they got a freshman you got to know about Bacon, Justin Wise, man. The kid can play absolutely flat out. I think their first time winning the region championship this past year. Got to talk to their head coach recently, Rick Rasmussen, phenomenal coach, man. Really great group that knows their roles. A lot of seniors on the team, man. This is going to be a stellar matchup. Get your popcorn ready. Devin Hutchinson as well for Holly Innocence. North Oconee got some. That's going to be a top-end matchup.
Yeah, man, I see they beat Baldwin. Baldwin is a respected program down in South Georgia. The girls are, I'm not sure if they're in the championship, but they're definitely, they might be, as a matter of fact. They are? Yeah.
They are.
They beat North Oconee beat Jonesboro pretty handily earlier in the season, 75-58. So like you said, man, it beat Walnut Road 60-51. So this is definitely Clark Central 72-65 is definitely going to be another one, man. Like you know what I'm saying, like kind of like 7A. It's sort of like you know what I'm saying. What's their star power? You know what I'm saying? You got Caleb Williams, Devin Hudson. I like my man Will, point guard number 0. He's big bodyguard. But you know what I'm saying, this is definitely gonna be one. I'm definitely highly intrigued to watch this one. I'm not even gonna make a prediction. I'll be talking outside of my neck if I made a prediction, but obviously I'm gonna take Holy Innocence, man. Caleb Wilson, and on a big stage, you know what I'm saying, getting his first ring. You'd love to see it, man. Opportunity to get his first ring high school year. He's got one more year coming back, but I know the young man's itching to get that first one, man. So I'm definitely gonna rock with Holy Innocence, man. What about you, Najeh?
Rolling with North Oconee, no disrespect to Holly Innocence. I like their ball pressure. I think they can kind of cause a little bit of mistakes. I think they're going to try their best to make Caleb feel uncomfortable. Can Devin Hutchinson continue to carry the load? That's my biggest question. Can he continue to be that second scorer for the team outside of Caleb? Because they're going to have a defensive game plan for him. And I just love what North Oconee can do, man. They got a really good roster, really deep team, a lot of mix of freshmen and seniors on the team. Watch out for Justin Payne. He's another big-time guard for them that can play really, really well. I like their backcourt. It's very, very good. You know, they got just a bunch of kids that can play at a high level. Evan Montgomery is another one to watch, senior forward, can play really, really well. So, yeah, I'm going to go with North Oconee. No disrespect to, obviously, Holly Innocence. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to roll with North Oconee.
I can understand. What was those players you said to watch out for, brother?
Justin Payne.
Justin Wise.
You want to watch out for
Justin Wise, 6'3", Justin Payne, 5'10".
Yeah, Evan Montgomery and Justin Payne's a freshman.
Yep.
Yeah, Evan Montgomery's another one.
6'7" senior, center forward, 187.
Yeah, he can play.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, all them boys can play. Yeah, they got some pieces, bro.
I can see they're gonna make it tough on Caleb with that length.
No
But
doubt.
if he can do it, I mean, I know playing against North Mecklenburg, you know what I'm saying, that's not the competitive, but Isaiah Evans was in him. So, you know what I'm saying, if he can perform under that pressure and hit some tough shots, he's got to be able to do that at this big stage. I know it's state, but he's got to rise to the top.
There's no not. Caleb can play on any stage, bro. Even against North Meck, he was giving buckets. You know what I'm saying? So there's no question about that. It's just my question is not even Caleb. My question is his team.
I mean, I like Dev.
Yeah, like I like Devin, but you in the state championship atmosphere, right? Are you able to help Caleb out? Because you know Caleb gonna do what he gonna do.
What you think they're gonna run against? You think they're gonna run? They got to run zone. Trap zone.
Yeah, that coach makes it up, bro. I talked to him. I'm gonna tell you that coach makes it up. You ain't gonna get no gauge on what he's doing. Coach Rick is really like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he come over. He used to coach at Newton, bro. So like he can coach, bro. So he gonna run a little bit of everything, a little bit of ball pressure, full court press. He gonna run a little bit of trap zone, a little bit. Yeah, he gonna run a little bit of everything. Bro.
That's tough. Yeah, the trophy might not be coming to North Atlanta. Maybe going to Beauregard. But nonetheless, I'm a whole state in the boat with you, Caleb. I'm hoping that the title comes back to North Atlanta. What's is that Druid? No, that's not Druid, but close enough. North Atlanta. We'll book it.
One more quick thing, exactly, Bacon. One more quick thing. What I do love about this state championships, bro, we're getting the matchups that we wanted to see.
It's just not on TV.
That's the only bad part. I think the matchup this year is even better. Like Caleb, Wilson playing in his first state championship against a really good North Oconee team, right? With Justin Wise, a star phenom freshman, 7A Grayson McKeitron. Come on. Only one that maybe for other fans is seeing Shiloh with Tyler's Jordan.
Yes.
A lot of people went to see that, but
yes.
I said it. Maybe you'll see it next year, man. But some top matchups, man.
For sure, man. On the 3A, man. I know Sandy Creek is in there. I'm not sure who they're playing, but Creek for the 2P.
Yeah, they're gonna play Johnson Savannah. Johnson Savannah got some pieces. I like a little bit of what I saw. I just think they got a little too frantic in that game against Doherty. Doherty really could have came back and won that, to be honest with you, Bacon. They got really good guard play, got some guards that can fill it up. You know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. But I don't know, man. I think Sandy Creek, they just with Micah Smith, his thunderous dunks he had in the game. He's hard to guard. Amari Brown, another top stellar player, you know what I'm saying? But they got some guys. Joshua Quarterman's really good. Kamari Jones is good for them, and then Fabian Kirkwood. So, but they was in that game, Bacon, they was turning over the ball. That's what allowed Doherty to creep back into the game. Bro, you do that against Sandy Creek, bro. Good night.
It's a blowout. That's what it sounds like.
Good night if you do that against them. So, I don't know, man. Sandy Creek just defensively playing at another level. I think they 2P2, bro.
Yes. So, speaking of point spread, if they turn the ball over, I seen them play against East Coweta earlier this year, man. And they're just Coach Nicholson does a great job of just getting his team to play for him. They play hard, man. They fly around, kind of like Houston's defense. They kind of run that little trap thing, but they're kind of long, so they're always in the passing lane, man. If Johnson Savannah comes out and has 5+, 7+ turnovers, you can book it for a 15 to 20 point loss, no doubt. And this is serious as gas.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'm not even gonna act like you're wrong on that. If they turn over the ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know the term. I'm not gonna say the term.
Can we get a B2A from you, Jerome?
B2A.
B2A.
Come on, let's hear it, Jerome.
Come on, brother. Nah, but we need the belt to ass, man. Come on.
My bad.
Bacon is so funny.
Oh my God.
No, we wanted you to say it, bro.
Yeah, man.
We wanted you to say it.
I want you to say it, man.
Oh my
Lord. Y'all got that one. BT. Wait, what is it? BTA.
It's BTA. Yeah, just a little bit.
There you go. That BTA.
We're gonna do 2A, 1A.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. Let me find it. Give me
I
one
know
second.
most people may not know outside of 3.
Here we go. Class 2A, bro.
Ooh, Westside Augusta. Westside Augusta. I like Westside Augusta. I'm not too familiar with Toombs County basketball. I do see they got 2
They
losses.
can hoop, bro.
They can hoop.
They can hoop. They on like a 15 plus game winning streak right now. The
Really?
boys can hoop, man. Dominic Eason, 20 points per game. Jesus Quintero, with 14 a game. He been going off this postseason. Like they got really, really good guard play, man. Really top tier. But I know Westside Augusta been hooping, man. I mean, them dunks, you go and look at what they've been doing, the windmills, you know what I'm saying? They very, very athletic, man. Their front court might pose a little bit of problems, but it should be an intriguing matchup.
No doubt, man. I'm trying to pull up some. I know Westside. What's her name? I'm trying. But anyway, I know Westside Augusta. They got a guard who's pretty electric. But over the past couple of years, Westside Augusta. I think prior to whenever Aaron Banks' senior year was, I don't think they won a region that year. But Westside Augusta usually wins that region, and well coached. They got a killer who's but like 6'4", 6'5", who can really fill it up. I'm trying to look at unreported by Jay on Twitter, see if I can get his name. Reported by Jade. Shout out to her, man. If you want to stay in tune with the northeastern region of basketball, unreported by Jay, man, she'll definitely keep you tapped in, man.
I apologize for being a little distracted, but I just see something on Twitter, and look who viewing our list right now.
It's a little blurry.
I bet. You see it?
Can you see it, Najeh?
Blurry.
You can't see that?
It's a little.
You talking about this? You talking
Travis
about
Smith? Okay.
Sir. Of course, not seeing that right away.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's that dude, bro. He's that dude.
Yes, sir.
Poor team.
What just happened?
It got quiet. I feel like the whole world was looking at me. But man. So who you taking Toombs County on this one, my man?
I ain't trying to say I'm gonna go Westside Augusta, but I think it's
Westside.
gonna be a good game.
No doubt.
Yeah.
We can segue to 1A. I'll find some names eventually.
All right, so let's go 1A. That's the girls.
It's just Jay, not Jay.
No, that's the girls.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
the girls. I think it was the left one, the far left one. Oh no, you got it.
Yeah, so Padea, Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon got a really good
Mount Vernon,
group.
easy.
Yeah, I'm rolling with them as well. I think Padea's had a great run, but Mount Vernon got a real good basketball team this year.
That was a spank.
They're absolutely loaded with KJ Garris and then Shia Goba. And then they got that really good, I think he's a junior small forward that's starting to get a lot of buzz. Or senior now, Xavier Shagog. I've heard his name pop up a lot. So I think they're going to be a little bit too much.
Facts, man. They got way too much time. They've been in a lot of showcases, man. But I believe that's another North Atlanta school as well. But just Mount Vernon is just too loaded, man. Way too loaded.
Oh.
Beat Mount Sinai by what's that? 42, 38, 37, 32 maybe? Yeah, 32. Good guess. Excuse my bad math. And moving on to the next segment on the 3-man weave. Let's see. We go down. Rivals announced top 10. Mr. Wilkins is getting that put up for us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Man, if we can get some go Naj in the chat for him for all of his efforts, that would be amazing.
All right. All right, so here is Rivals Top 150. Not 50, but 50.
50.
And 50. That's how I say it. 50. All right. So we got an ad commercial. Here we go.
Look at
So,
Chick-fil-A. I'm hungry.
So this is the top 150. AJ Diambosta, Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson, Caleb Wilson, number 4, Coyle Pete, who we've heard a lot about at number 5, Bryson Tiller at number 6.
That name's crazy.
Malik Thomas,
Excuse me.
Jalen Harrelson, Darius Acuff, Josen Sanin, how do you say his last name?
Jasper Johnson should be a lot higher.
Who?
Jasper. I like Jasper Johnson, man.
Jasper Johnson.
13. Link Academy.
Yeah. Okay, gotta watch out for him. Mikael Brown Jr. from OTE.
We'll be seeing him this Friday.
No doubt. And they got Nate Ament from Highland, Will Riley, Mustafa Thiam, Darius Adams, Jacob Wilkins, probably the highest I've seen him on any list, and then Braden Burry. So what's your reaction?
So and let's see. I'm gonna say this. I like Caden Boozer, man.
I was gonna ask, is that Carlos Boozer's son? That's
crazy. He got twins. Those are his sons.
Ramon of Rise to Grind, he's been raving about him, and I watched his film, man. He's a elite facilitator, man. He can score better than most people think, man. He had some highlights against Isaiah and them last year, but to top 10, scroll back up to the top 10, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Debonsa at 1, Cam at 2. How tall is Debonsa?
6'8".
6'8". Yeah, man, you can't go wrong with that. I like it. I like top 10. I like you got Darius Acuff Jr. number 9, and who's at the 10 spot? Who's at the 10 spot?
Josen Sanin.
I'm not too familiar with Josen Sanin, but other than that, not too familiar with Harrison. I like Malik Thomas. I believe was he committed to Auburn, or did he? I know he's got an Auburn commit. He might have decommitted. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong person. But it's I like the new upgraded top 10 list from Rivals. Typically, I lean towards ESPN for credibility in terms of basketball. You know, so they're a lot more better, well suited. You know what I'm saying? Rivals 247 on 3. Well, 247 does a pretty good job. I will add. And on 3 with Tipton, he does this thing. It's kind of like the Paul Benacardi for on 3. So they're showing some credibility, but I still kind of lean towards more ESPN. But they're kind of neck and neck. But I do like the updated list for Rivals. As it goes down though, they have Akai Fleming way too low.
He's like 85.
He's like 85. I know he was hurt, but God, let's do our research. There's a couple more down there. If you scroll down to the bottom, like what? And there's no shade. I'm just saying. You know, I know people are busy, but you know, Kai Fleming's top 20, top 30 on ESPN.
Yeah.
Fire, bro.
They got him low, man.
Way too.
I kind of like. I know. Obviously, I think ESPN will be the strong one, and then I probably go like 247. Like, but on 3, I really like on 3s though. Theirs is real good. Like you look where they got Tyler Jordan. Like he's like one of those industry unicorns. They got him as a top 20 player.
He's another one that's low on the Rob's list. So
yeah,
but the top 10 is good,
no doubt.
And then we got the Auburn, Tennessee. That was a big win for Tennessee, man. They beat Auburn 81-74. Ziegler for Tennessee at 18, 5 for 18 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. And Sears had 22 for Alabama. Near perfect night, 8 for 9 from the free throw line from the charity stripe. For Tennessee, it's all smoke and mirrors right now. You know what I mean? It's the real is going to prevail. They got a couple more games before the end of the regular season, but the SEC tournament is kind of what the people are going to have their eyes on. But nonetheless, it's a solid win for them. Solid win because Alabama they kept their turn the gears on as the season winds down. But like I said, everybody knows, man, we kind of start taking college basketball a little more seriously around this time, man. As you can see, it's March the 5th, and March Madness is around the corner, and SEC tournament starts tomorrow for the women's. So March Madness is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, solid win for that program, man.
Yeah, not easy to win in that type of environment. Very loud, very raucous, but shout out to them. Not the best shooting tonight from their star player, Dalton Connect, but still was able to overcome it. I know he had some foul trouble in that game a little bit too. But yeah, shout out to Ziegler. Again, didn't have their best shooting night, but was able to convert with the chances that they got going to the free throw line and converting there as well. Big time performance on the road, man. Outscored Alabama 42-33 in the second half. So special shout out to them. Defense really, really locked up when they needed it the most. And same thing, it's a tough shooting night for both teams, but big time performance for Tennessee on the road to get that big time victory.
No doubt, man. And segueing on to the last segment in the 3-man weave, unfortunately. But it is big news nonetheless. Caitlin Clark, man. Round of applause for her and the WBBB, man. She broke Pistol Pete Maverick's all-time scoring record. The record since 1999. No. I'm sorry. This Sunday when she broke the record, had 4 million television viewers, man, at its peak. That is the most watched women's regular season basketball game since 1999. Per Fox, they announced that Tuesday she scored 35 points. And she is now the Division I overall career score leader, as Najeh said, in a 93-83 10-point win. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, the average viewership, puts on ESPN's article, by the way, that I'm reading, average viewership was 3.39 million viewers average now, and it peaked out at 4.42 million late in the second half. I believe she broke it on 2 free she set the record on 2 free throws just before halftime. So, man, special, man. The second most game was Michigan State, Arizona, for 5.18 million who saw. That's tough. Shout out to Juju down there in Arizona, man. She's another name that's gonna blow up eventually, man. She can really hoop. Not Juju Watkins, the other one. She's got blonde hair at Arizona. Sorry, but yeah, man.
There's another Juju.
I believe there's a lot of Jujus. You got Juju Watkins, Juju Lewis, Juju Wynn, Juju Beans. Yeah, man.
Crazy.
But man, just another big. Sorry, what you said, Jerome? Sorry.
No. I was trying to figure out what Juju you was talking about because I know Juju Watkins. She's been blowing up lately. Shout out to Clark. I think that's huge for women's basketball, man, and it is time for us to start taking that sport seriously. And I feel like these girls, her, Juju, the young ladies at LSU, bro, like all of them coming out, and women's basketball now, bro. People are gonna start really viewing it because of what they're doing. This is like historic stuff. So, I think it's great. I really do think it's great.
And to what you said, I don't even think it's that we need to give the game more attention. I think the skill level is demanding our attention. I think that's why the ratings are so high, man. You got the freshman talent, you got the juniors. What was the name of the young lady we was watching Sunday night from Tennessee, man? Is projected to be the number 2 overall pick, man. She is.
Rakea Jackson.
Rakea Jackson. This game smooth as silk.
Yeah, sitting turnaround fair looking like dirt and the whiskey out there, bro.
Man, something, because she was putting that ball in the net. I'm like, man, she at least finished with 28, 29 points, man.
Yeah,
And
just going off, giving them havoc.
Havoc. And South Carolina ain't they ain't no slouch on defense. You know, Coach Staley, you can hear Coach Staley through the TV speakers. But yeah, super talented. Just W basketball period. And you can see it on the grassroots level all the way up to the high school level, man. If you know what I'm saying, if we aren't packing the gyms out for high school basketball next year, the years to come, what are we doing, folks? What are we doing? We need to tap into girls. What's it? Girls Got Game Classic. It's in DC. It comes to Atlanta. It goes national. So if you want to tap into some girls hoop, that's definitely a good tournament to tap into. And if someone wants to report this back to them, man, we'd love to come cover y'all tournament. So definitely hit us up. Our socials are right there below. We'd love to come check it out, man. We'll be there anyway, but if you don't want to give us the red carpet, we will definitely be there. But but yeah, man, it's a big shout out to them, man. Yeah, I love to see the women's sports on the rise, man. It's good for a young lady to just see the role models get their just due. And quick point before we end up 3-man weave. I know it's going on 2 hours and 17 minutes. Women's college basketball, women basketball players are making a lot more money, significantly, exponentially, a lot more money through NIL than the WNBA players are. So I think it's like I can't remember the top NIL earner, but it's like maybe $6 million, and the highest WNBA salary is like 230 something K. Big difference. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying we have to
change, bro. But that's gonna change.
Yeah.
Once they leave and go past, that's gonna change, bro. I'm telling you, because like I said, these girls, man, I know about them, and I don't really watch. I don't watch basketball so much as I should. You know what I mean? And I know about these girls. So like the fact that they're such big icons. You know what's her name? Layla.
Which one?
Women's basketball. WNBA player. I forgot her name.
But plays for the Aces.
Yeah.
Help me out now.
I know Candace. Candace was one of them.
Candace Parker.
It's not Aaliyah Boston.
The statue. It's South Carolina.
It's not Aaliyah Boston who played there at South Carolina. It's the other one.
God, I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like a big stature, like women's basketball players that everybody knows, they're gonna be the next ones in that wave, and they're gonna bring a whole different dynamic to
Asia Wilson.
So,
yes, Asia Wilson.
There you go.
Name either.
Bro, it's gonna be insane how when they come in, how much money they're gonna bring in, because they're gonna be the new faces, So I think women's basketball's up, bro. Women's basketball's up. It's time for me to start paying attention a little bit more, for sure. And everybody else in America. So
most definitely, man. So yeah, definitely. I'm going to be tuning into a lot of Atlanta Dream games. So make a trip down there, support your WNBA teams. Get in while the tickets are cheap, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm gonna say. But moving on to the words of wisdom, we're gonna throw it back to Jerome. Man, he closes us out and he'll pass it on.
Yes, sir. Words of wisdom, man. Let me start mine by saying, bro, like, stay on your grind because you never know when your time. No, seriously. You keep grinding, bro, because you never know. Don't quit. I love that. I know everybody's seen that meme where it's two different like diggers, and one is like been digging for a while and he's about to get to that goal, and the other one's like just there, but then he quits. I love that one because it's like literally how it is. Like, don't stop grinding because you don't see the end of your tunnel, bro. Like, it's gonna get there. Just get in your grind. People are gonna start noticing you, and stay true to yourself. Because if you stay true to yourself, that's gonna go a long way, And you might not, you don't have to cut corners. You don't have to, do it the wrong way. But like, you stay true to yourself, and you stay grinding and things like that. they're gonna start noticing who you are, man. So I give that to these two guys right here, because man, like especially what I've been seeing between these two guys in the last like just 2 weeks. I've been seeing me. I knew these guys for about a year and a half or something like that now. But the last 2 weeks, the grind of these two dudes, man, it inspires me, bro. And I'm older than the two, but these two young men inspires me. So stay in your grind like these two guys, bro. Do what you gotta do. You know, keep that straight and narrow. Keep your head on straight. You got this. You got this.
Yeah, I can't take a compliment without giving a compliment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen our earlier in the show, but you probably did, the graphic man is below Jerome inside the hashes. Inside the hashes has the best graphics, and they're not just a graphic platform; they do a lot more. But A1 graphics, man. I'll do the second word of wisdom because we're gonna save the best for last. Najee Wilkins, man, he's got the gems, man. So, but Bacon's words of the wisdom. This is a kind of a personal one, man. Just in life, man, we have different relationships. Well, first, I'll say this, man. Call your people. Check on your people, man. Make sure that everybody's doing good, man. Sometimes, like Rod Wave said, you get so caught up in the grind. Call me if I ever cross your mind. Anyway, but check on your people, man. Make sure everybody's okay in life, man. We get caught up doing our day-to-day grind, but you know what I'm saying? There's people out there that's smiling, making everybody laugh, that's kind of going through the most. Second thing is, man, when a premature chapter in life closes, try not to. I mean, I know we're all humans. We got our emotions. We're gonna deal with it in the way we can, but it's just try your best to kind of just move on. Close as much as you can. If it's meant to be, it will be. You know what I'm saying? So just keep elevating yourself, and maybe you can retract something. Reattract, but if not, then if not, you can't carry that weight on you as you move on in life. So, you know, just stay strong, stay on the grind, improve yourself, and what will be, my friends. What you got, Najee?
Yeah, mine's probably a little bit more on the somber side, but I will say, yeah, man, just similar to what Bacon said, like, you know, definitely check up on your folks, check up on your people, see how they're doing. Witnessed the funeral this past weekend. My biggest takeaway, I think that was the first one I seen that kind of hit home, was, you know, my best friend's mom. And obviously, you know how funerals are, they're very sad, but just, you know, take stuff with a grain of salt, man. Just, you know, make sure that you're doing the stuff that you want to do, that you set out in the life, kind of like what Jerome said. Keep grinding. You never know when you're going to strike gold, but be ready when the opportunity presents itself. And I think it relates to just, you know, spending the time with people that matter to you in your life. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the key part. Spend as much time as you can. Everybody's working. Everybody's trying to get to where they want to be at. Just find ways to make time, man. I think that's the biggest thing I learned from this weekend. Find ways to make time. Do stuff that you enjoy to do, man, and make sure you're putting in time in just to, you know, step away from what you're doing too. I mean, obviously, love your career, love your job, but also remember, man, at the end of the day, all you got is family. All you got is your loved ones, the ones that are closest to you, man. And they going to be there for you when you're going through hard stuff, right? The real ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the fake ones. I'm talking about real, genuine people. They're going to be there for you when you're struggling. They're going to be there for you when you need a shoulder to lean on. They're going to be there for you if you need to let out a cry or something like that. Like, just lean on those people, man, because you just never know when your time is, man. So definitely make sure that you're hitting every goal that you want to hit, making sure that you prioritize different stuff, lay your goals out, and just spend that time, man. If you got to take a week away from work, hey, I'm going to go just spend some time with my family. I haven't seen her in over 2-3 years. Just do that, man. Even if they're across the world, whatever, just find ways to make that time, man, because you don't get it back.
Man,
time is a very limited resource here on the planet. So use it as much as you can and make memories. I think that's the biggest thing. Make memories, man, because when that person is gone, you always got something that you can go back on and you can recount those times. So I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I
Huh?
I said, man, I call my mama.
You call who?
I said, I got to call my mama.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, man. Got to, man. For real.
Jeez, that was powerful, bro. That was powerful.
That's why I'm saving for last.
All right, guys, where we at this week? I'm chilling this week. This is probably my only week that I can chill. I'm not doing nothing. I'm catching up on editing, and then after that, I got you guys to do. I got so much stuff lined up. I just need a week to chill to catch back up with editing because I'm already behind. I'm not doing nothing. What you guys doing?
I know me and Najeh and I were tagging the OTE. I got to send them my media request for the championships is Friday.
Friday, Saturday. I can't do Friday.
Saturday, even better.
It had to be Saturday because Friday I gotta work.
Right. So catch us at the Atlantic Station, man. You might catch us at I can't remember the name of the spot, but we'll definitely be at OTE, man. So that's where we'll be at, man.
Hey, are you guys signing autographs?
No, sir. We're not that famous.
Literally.
Come on, man. We got 115 people in here. Somebody's gonna want an autograph.
Not fact. So we had 115. I know I had up to 90. I think I got 60 right now. So I'm not. So you know what I'm saying. So
viewers stay strong too. 2.5 hours.
If you're new, we air every Tuesday, 7:30, same time, same bad station. You know what I'm saying? We're live on Twitter, we're live on Jerome's Instagram. So just follow us, Twitter, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's Bacon Network LLC on Twitter, Bacon Network _47 on IG. It's at the hashes on everything, I believe. Najeh Will TV on Instagram. It's just Najeh Wilkins, you know what I'm saying? No relation to Dominique, so he tells us, but follow him on Twitter, Najeh Wilkins.
Yes, sir.
All right. Last words, guys.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm just there. And when state is Friday? Yeah, state is Friday and Saturday. Yeah, state is Friday and Saturday. So actually, I probably won't be at the state championship. I'll probably just be at OTE. Actually, it is a couple hours later, but we'll see. So I kind of go sporadic on different things, but yeah.
Hey, if you do go, it's gonna be a ride though.
Yeah, it's in Macon.
Yes, I don't know if you're gonna be able to attend OTE on Saturday. I mean, just let me know because the game's at 7. I think McEachern plays at 7:30. So
I'll be at OTE, brother.
Okay.
Can't pass a good time, man.
What you
not like that, bro. We're just going to enjoy some basketball with a friend, man.
No doubt.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us today, guys. We appreciate every last one of you guys. We had a jam-packed episode today. Hope y'all all enjoyed it. The graphics will be out. I was gonna put it out tonight. I think I'm gonna do it in the morning. So all the graphics are gonna be out tomorrow morning. I'm gonna tag all the top 25 players in all of it. Make sure you like and repost it. Make sure you go on all of YouTube, like, subscribe, all on there. You got 114 people in there. We should all have 114 like and subscribe on this video. So please do that on all our networks. You see it all right here inside the hashes. Najeh Wilkes and Bacon Network. Make sure you do that right now. Appreciate you guys. We enjoy it being on here. Another shout out to Jeremy Johnson on 3. Big guy. Huge, my guy, my homie. Forever friend right there for supporting and checking in with us. We gotta do this again. We're gonna try to do this again in 2016. I'm overwhelmed from doing all the graphics right now, so I need a couple of weeks, but we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get to you guys in 2026, man. Again, appreciate y'all guys for getting on. Let's get off because Bacon's already over here yawning and stuff. So appreciate you guys. See y'all on the next one.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Music.
Run it.
You gotta run when we run at the end of the show every time so that they know.
Like they know. Yeah.
Podcast. So we not only keep it real,
give you the spill.
So we give you the
Keep it
spill.
real.
Come on, man.
Shut up. Do better. Not get an F. Do better. F.
First and foremost, podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We don't just give you the spiel. We keep it real. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Lord.